This is
All
live.
right, we are live. We are going to throw a quick commercial on for about 30 seconds as everybody finds their seats, and we will be right back, y'all. Welcome, everybody, to
Let's
the
go, baby. Let's go. We're here, Tom. Who's excited? I'm really excited.
We are here. We are live. Thank you for everybody coming and tuning in. Drop in the chat if you are here, where you are tuning in from. But y'all, Marin, Ronen, we made it. We are here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, this is so fun, especially now that we have Marin here. And Tom.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Y'all don't know, Marin is the MVP. She is the best. Absolutely the best. Amazing rock star. Tom, I feel like I've got like some Clubhouse vibe feeling, you know, taking it back to like the days when we first met and got to know each other. And we were just sitting on that app that went viral that Anderson Horowitz spent so much money investing in that then died. Where you guys remember Clubhouse, you remember that there were stages, audio only. It was it was like a full takeover. It was a social takeover.
I love it. Was pretty jam-packed.
Yeah, that was a while ago, last year, right? And it was wild. We got into Clubhouse, me, you, Brian, and Morgan, right? How long did we go? We did
we did
16, 18 weeks.
I think we did 10 straight weeks every Monday. Each week was like an hour and a half. Monday night cold calling. And there were some weeks where we had like 200 to 300 people come through the rooms talking about tactics. We did script breakdowns. We did role playing. It was fun. And that's what we're going to bring back. But man, that's kind of like the inception of where this all started.
It was, right? That was the first chance we had at pulling something like this together. We'd have cold callers come in this room. They would role play. That's where we met Chet, the sales doctor, right? Coming in with his team.
A lot of people in there.
We met a lot of people. We heard.
Do you remember how they used to have? Do you remember this, Tom? They used to have like celebrities in Clubhouse. Do you remember this? They used to have like.
I met Carol Baskin. I met Carol Baskin in a room. I was in a room with Paris Hilton. The Tiger Queen.
Paris Hilton.
I was with Paris Hilton. Yeah, Paris Hilton was in a room.
A different kind of queen.
The dude Justin from Justin and Kelly back in American Idol. I met Justin in a room.
Who else was that? Oh wait, there were some really random celebrities that would hold down rooms for a while. Grant Cardone had a big one. Grant Cardone was there all the time.
Had one.
Yeah. Yep. Do you guys remember him? He'd just be like, just think 10x. Just think 10x everything. You'll be rich. Like, okay, Grant.
For real.
I think someone has to take you off of that caffeine drip.
I'm telling you. Drop in the chat if you're here. Let us know. Marin, if you want to just hit a couple posts with the live link so everybody can tune in.
Tom,
but I do believe we are here.
Heck yeah.
Hey, I'm just
anyone who's here, tell us where you're tuning in from. You know, we want to know where you guys are calling in from, and we're excited to answer questions throughout the whole thing. But man, this is going to be a good one. Should we tell them what we have on the agenda, Tom?
We do. So, agenda. Today's agenda is first and foremost live cold calling. That's what we're doing. So we are all going to be here. We have panels that are going to be coming in throughout the day with various cold callers and some epic coaches. Some incredible rock stars that cold call for a living and, know what they're doing. We've got Mark Mack, the godfather of cold calling, coming in. Guy's been cold calling since 1946 when they didn't even have phones. But yeah, we've got coaches, we've got panels. We're going to be cold calling all day. It is going to be only one-sided today. Just a little bit of housekeeping. We do have our sponsor, Orem. Shout out. Woo woo. We've got Marin here representing. We're going to have our cold callers be calling through Orem, which is a parallel dialer. We have a discussion with an account executive right out of Orem, Aaron, who will be talking this afternoon in part 2 of this show about empathy in sales. A great topic that I love. Ronen, I know it's a cup of tea for you as well. And it'll be just nice to kind of talk into that for a little while and try to put some of the tips into practice while live cold calling during that panel.
Oh, yeah.
And then finally
in here. Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Tom. I didn't realize we had more. Wow, this is exciting. We got a lot on the docket.
We got a lot. We got giveaways. We've got 5 bundles that will be coming through. So you're going to catch those. You're going to see those through. So what I'm going to do is show you how to win those giveaways. Ooh. So we've got 5 killer sponsors here today for our show. Shout out to them. Thank you for making this all possible and helping us in behind scenes. First up is Orem, as mentioned. Orem is a parallel dialer that is honestly incredible. Marin, you use it every single day. Ronen and I are going to be ripping on it today, as well as our cold callers. Help scale your dials. You know, hate to say it, but it's a numbers game, right, Ronen? You got to get your activity. Can't be doing 30 dials a day, right? You got to spruce it up a little bit.
Heck yeah. Orem is, oh man, I remember back when they had a different name. I met Colin in New York City. Is back when they were called Dialbot. Uh-huh. And this is the first time I was even introduced to parallel dialers. Shout out, by the way, to Terry. I believe it was Terry Hussein who actually got the conversation started with an email. Sent the email to my VP of commercial sales, and she goes, "Hey, Ronen, like you're overseeing SDRs. You might want to check this company out." And Colin came into the office. He brought cannolis. I'll never forget that. We did live trial.
That is a pro move.
It was a pro move. He knows how to sell. He was actually friends with one of the AEs at our company. They used to sell together at a different company. But I feel like he knows everybody. And live conversation platform. It has come a long way since then, but definitely the first tech-only parallel dialer that's been on the market. So Orem's had some time to develop a really nice and sort of perfected product for parallel dialing. I'm a big fan of using any technology like this. So if you're looking to have more conversations, you're looking to have more conversations with your prospect every day, check out Orem.
Yeah, I'm excited to give it a rip today.
Too, so everyone can just pull their CRM and have all of their tasks ready to go.
Yeah, it was really, really good. Setup wise was super easy. It was super, quick to set up. I love that it pulls list right out of your CRM. So if you just make your prospect list, it actually just pulls it right from the system and the integration. So shout out to Orem. Thank you all for being here with us today. Second sponsor is Splice Video. So we've got Splice Video, Nick Capozzi's new company. We are in their office here. Well, I am in their office, not Ronen and Marin, but I am down here in Scottsdale, right out of their studio. So shout out to Splice Video. If you are looking for video storytelling for your business, they are the company to go to. They are booming. They're blowing up. So check them out. SD Lab right here, that's my jam. SD Lab putting on this event. This is our round 2. So super excited. Give my page a follow, blow it up. Lead Magic, Jesse Ellett. Shout out to Jesse, our email deliverability guru. Lead Magic helps you, through email and tracking your website visits, seeing who's coming through, getting real first-party intent data on those folks, and giving warmer leads, right? Because people that are visiting your website, that are actually tuning into it, looking at it, and now you can prospect those. And last but not least, Aware, Alex Boyd. This is an incredible tool. If you LinkedIn social sell or you spend a lot of time on LinkedIn, got to get Aware. It centralizes a feed for you. You can find all of your influencers in one place, like, comment, manage that entire feed, and then track your activity. I don't know about you, Ronen, but like my SDR days, that gamification, that competition, that kind of always fueled me. And I love tracking my numbers with Aware, to where it shows me how many comments and likes that I've dropped. And I can kind of see week over week. And so I try to it's actually gotten my engagement up through the roof, because I kind of game myself of I'm under my likes this week. I haven't done enough, and then I go in and I try to drop more and kind of, helps me.
I've been forever like a Shield app guy. but have just kind of been a little bit disappointed by their lack of any new feature development and some of the bugginess of it. And then I checked out Aware for the first time, and I was like, whoa, this is a way better way to be a creator on LinkedIn. So if you're a LinkedIn creator and you're looking for some stats, you're looking for some assistance to be able to find who your fans are and how to stay in touch with them, there's some wonderful features. Check out Aware, really cool tool. And Alex Boyd's a cool dude as well.
Yeah, just 10x your LinkedIn activity, in the next 7 days. That's really it. Like, you want to do it, like, between Orem and Aware, you're off to the races.
Just 10x everything. 10x your life, 10x your dials, 10x your LinkedIn activity. We're gonna have a good time today, Tom.
If you want to start getting set up for the giveaways, these are the companies that you need to be tracking or dropping into the mentions. Tag them. We're going to be doing the giveaways. We'll be tracking that throughout the day. So these are the 5. We've got 5 bundles that'll come out. So just tag them all. You'll get entered in every bundle, and then we'll be able to give those away at the end of part 1 here today, and then end of part 2 this evening.
Tom, I see our reigning champion. Our reigning champion from last year is in the room. I see Topher Evans here. Shout out to Topher. Congratulations. Last time we did Phonathon for winning with the most dials, beating out Tom. But I see he dropped in the chat. So just wanted to call out our previous reigning champion who's bringing back the belt. We'll see if someone else takes it today.
Topher, are you going to be able to hold it down, man? I don't know. Everybody's on Orem. The playing field is like, don't forget, Topher did that all manual dialing last time. He didn't have a dialer.
Like, no way.
He didn't have anything.
What a legend.
No.
What a legend.
Yeah, he didn't have anything to help support him last time. That was just him. Or no, sorry, he was dialing through SalesLoft. And
no, he had one of those rotary dialers where he had to cycle around. Just go
calling off a hamburger phone.
Home of the good burger. Can I take your order?
Topher, you got a big target on your back today. Everyone's going to be coming at you.
We're gunning.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to jump in there with the awesome giveaways you were about to talk about, Tom. Let's get right back into it.
No, you're good.
How do people win the giveaways? What do they have to do?
So they have to mention these companies, right? So everybody's going to be on Orem today. Everybody's going to be dialing. Reggie.ai is giving out a free license to the top 3 cold callers today on the leaderboard who books the most meetings. So, Topher, if you can retain that top 3 title, you can find yourself a license for Reggie. But please tag them in here. These are the 5 companies. We're going to start collecting those. Some of the prizes that we do have are going to be Lavender.ai. They're going to be giving out 4 free pro subscriptions. We've got Scott Leese Consulting and Ryan Walker, 3 untethered courses that are up for grabs.
Ooh,
I don't know about you guys, but I took the course. If you're looking to break the 9-to-5 core,
you said good things
really
about
amplify.
It, yeah,
I loved it, man.
I really did. Good course. Yeah.
Yes, Ryan Walker leads the entire course. Scott Leese's expertise in the back end of it, and just kind of what they've learned in how to scale multiple streams of revenue in affiliates, advisory, and really launch your side hustle to become a full-time thing. And Scott,
hot take though, is Scott Leese the Jesus of LinkedIn?
Yes. I think he is.
No, we got to put it out there.
I mean. What would Scott Leese do? I got to get a bracelet, WWSD. WWSD, just right there. Or SL. Yeah.
Well, if you want to know, you gotta tag the companies Tom mentioned so you can win the course, because it's a great course, untethered. Lavender's awesome. I've been using it forever. I mean, it'll make you a killer email writer. What else can people win?
Yep. So we've got Lavender. We've got Scott Leese's course. We've got Pasha from Shape and Scale, Ricky Pearl, Eric Steves, Adam J, Mark Mack, throwing out 30 minutes to 1 hour free sessions, consulting sessions to dive in with them. So you're going to be able to grab some time with those folks. Call Blitz with Jack Knight is throwing out some licenses for the Call Blitz floor. We've got Jesse Outlet giving out a email operating system course. Me and Ronan have done that. It was incredible. If you want to understand the infrastructure of your email.
For real though, Tom, if there's like one genius when it comes to email, it's Jesse. Jesse is seriously the king of email deliverability. He has his disciples. 100%. He has the people in the ship. Like, he's trained some folks, but like, That man is on another level of genius. I've seen the email cannons work. Oh my gosh. That's
seriously
some real stuff there.
It's incredible. We've got the call guys. Shout out to Ronen Pessar and Kevin Hopp, our own two legends here. You guys are going to be, if you're an SDR leader who happens to win, they are actually going to be offering up a SDR team and process audit, about a $1,200 value. And you guys are going to come in, kind of audit what they're doing, give them any insights as to, how they can improve their operation. And if you're an individual, they have a cohort coming up. What's the date on that, Ronen? When's cohort 2 kick off?
April 26th. Check out bootcamp.ronenpessar.com. Giving away a free entry for the cold calling bootcamp. Got really, really good feedback from the last 2 cohorts we did. It's a 4-week experience. In 4 weeks, we take you from any level of cold caller to pro, and we do it all while having fun building skills. So we'll be putting some of those skills on display today as I destroy Tom on the phone, booking the most meetings using Orem.
Please.
So, Colin's in the house. Welcome back from vacation, Colin. I see you there. I don't know if I want to go neck and neck with Colin or Topher, but I'll take anyone else out on the phones. Calling out Elliot here, especially.
All right.
I would love to go toe and toe with Elliot.
Shoot. Elliot's gonna come on. He's gonna come on and show what's up.
I didn't know he's coming.
The last gift.
Smack talk.
Oh yeah, he's coming. Okay. He's ready. Marin, why don't you talk a little bit about our last prize, which is Hunter.io, right? They're going to be doing 6 months free for a growth plan for one person, and then 6 months of the starter plan. You want to break down Hunter a little bit for us?
Yep. Hunter is doing all of your email validation. So you can actually go in, drop in a whole list CSV or individually of all of those emails that you want to make sure aren't going to bounce. And it's going to put a little green check mark next to each one that's a valid email and accept all domains so you can protect your deliverability score. But
that's what we all need.
Donated a couple of plans for us. They do have a free version too. So if anyone wants to go check them out, they do offer some free credits every month on their starter plan. But they are fantastic and I use them almost every day.
Okay. I like that. That is good news. Got to have those emails. The worst thing you could do is send out a great new campaign, great fresh copy. You're all excited. And then all of them come with bounce back. And it's like, awesome. Cool. Life of an SDR right there. Anybody in the trenches, as we all know, it's not.
Anyone knows about it. If you've been sending cold emails and that happens, you're just like, oh, come on.
We've got all of the call coaching today and then all of the email packages for you to win. So,
hey. And shout out to Evan Patterson. Evan is here. Evan Kendall, house. Elliot, Topher, everybody is here. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here. We're going to start prepping our first panel. Make sure our panel is in the backstage, kind of getting ready for us. Marin, who is the first panel that we have showing up for us? What do we got?
Just a moment.
Also
wanted to give a shout out to Headset Advisor for my
new
headset that I've got on.
Yeah.
They graciously sent me one of their Discover headsets, which is actually the same model that we will be giving away to our top dialer.
I gotta give Drew a note because Drew gave me one last Phonathon. I rocked it. I packed up everything to come to this office today, and I left it at home. So Drew, I love you. I apologize. I'm a big Headset Advisor fan. I use the headset every day, and I straight up walked out of the house and I left it.
Hang on, let me get mine on. Hang on, I'll be right back.
All right, there you go, Ronen. So Drew, shout out to you. Headset Advisor is incredible. You guys know you got to have your head game on. You got to have that quality. Marin's rocking it, so you can see it in real time.
My Headset Advisor right here.
Don't make me outnumbered now, okay? Now y'all are gonna. Drew's gonna come tune in and be like, Tom, where are you at? I'm like, sorry, sir. But yes, we will get our first panel here, get everybody together. If you do want to join in with us, just drop a comment. If you end up realizing how awesome this is and you're like, oh, I can get in there, let us know. We'll invite you in and have you up on stage with us. The room is going to get rowdy.
All right.
Couple housekeeping things.
Housekeeping.
We will be telling everyone these lines are recorded. We are only showing one side today. Last time we had this event, it got a little chaotic with some tech. This time we're just going basic, y'all. The fundamentals, one-sided conversations. You're going to hear us, not the prospects, but it's still going to be in real time. You're still going to hear how that plays out, how the SDR or the guest is going to overcome those conversations. So you'll see that. We will be dialing through there. We're going to be having some coaches come into the room. So we're going to have them kind of debriefing in some calls, giving some insights. If you have questions, please dive into comments, ask away, let us know. And we will try to address as many questions throughout as well. Marin and I will drop part 2. This is a 2-part event. So we go till 12:30 p.m. Pacific today. We break for an hour lunch, and then we will be joining back in for part 2. So we'll share that part 2 link. Make sure you register so you know when we go live. It'll alert you and you can come attend and make sure that you are all set up there. So we have Topher Evans coming out the gates, Ronen. Topher is coming.
I think he's
but I know he is
some flight troubles, so he might.
Ooh, he heard me calling him out there
right now.
Yeah,
no worries. We got it covered.
We got it covered. We got Sean Kipnick. If you guys don't know Sean is an incredible SDR. He is going to be giving us a run for our money. And then we have Wasim Diaz. Wasim is amazing. He's going to come in. And then if anybody in the audience wants to jump on with me, Ronen, Sean, Wasim.
We're going to do it. We're going to get into
the rest of the game.
Heck yeah.
Once they get backstage here, we will bring them up and bring everybody in. Drew is now here. So now I gotta tell Drew I apologize for not rocking my headset. So hopefully Drew saw that. Topher needs to get in here, sir. All right.
Well, no worries, because while he's doing it, I get to talk some more smack about him and how I'm going to take him out. So I think.
Yeah, you're ready for the whole enchilada today. You're coming for the title today, aren't you? You're going to hold it down. You were going to hold it down.
Didn't we have a questionable meeting last time that we gave him credit for? Hey, where do people go ahead and find the scoreboard? Because it's all about the scoreboard.
Oh my gosh, the scoreboard. So the scoreboard, yes, we're going to put up the leaderboard. This is where you can follow along all day. So you can drop this in throughout, take a look at the rankings, see where everybody stacks. It's going to be on the sdlab.com/leaderboard. So you'll see that as well. I'm really upset that we had some issues with the timing. I hope everybody can find us. If you were in the comments, be sure to share everybody where you're tuning in so they can come, invite your friends, get everybody. We had a little small glitch in the invite and the time, so not everybody got alerted. So we'll make sure they all come through. I dropped that in the chat for you, Colin, Ronen.
So, Tom, look, I got a question for you. What's your opener going to be today? What's your opener? What do you go with?
The opener.
It's Tom, I did a lot of research on you. This is Tom. I don't know why you don't have glasses. I'm pretending to push up glasses here as I make fun of you. I did all this research, and I wanted to tell you that I know exactly where you live, that you have 2 pets and 1 child. And by the way, this is a cold call. Is that what you're going to be doing? The research first approach?
No, mine is going to be, hey, Ronen, this is Tom Slocum. Quick question. If your company was a superhero, what would its superpower be, and how can I help you save the world?
No, that's an amazing opener. You actually going to try that?
I don't know. I thought about it. The friendly neighborhood warm collar, Spider-Man coming in, you know?
Please do it.
Oh, man. Cool. We're gonna roll the dice today. I'm going to be rolling some dice.
You know?
Gotta take 30 seconds and roll the dice, see what you think.
Oh, Marin knows what's up.
Hey, roll them dice.
I know.
No, you know my what's yours, Marin? What are you gonna go with?
Sorry. Oh no, I was just gonna say we also have to say that we are calling on a recorded line because this is streamed live and for
that is right.
Legality.
Housekeeping rules. Yep. Yes. If you're gonna come in, you're gonna cold call with us. You know, as that person does pick up, just let them know that it is a recorded line. You know, they're not gonna be hurt. So again, you're not going to hear that side of it, but you are going to be, you know.
By the way, low key, I think that's like a power move. Hey, it's Ronen Pessar on a recorded line. It's like, who is this? FBI? Like what? I think it's.
I just tell them I'm live on.
FBI.
Tell them you're live cold calling. You know. Hey, Marin, this is Tom. I'm just out here ripping cold calls live on LinkedIn and YouTube. How are you? You know, just let them know. But yes, Marin is the glue to the team, Drew. Drew dropped a comment. Marin is our glue.
She's like the heart. She's the beating heart. Without Marin, we're dead. We're just like
Oh, gosh,
Marin is my saving grace. Me and Ronen. She has helped us now in 2 rounds put on this event. She is the responsible for the entire rebrand. No ego here. Like, she did all of that. She was a Canva whiz. Helped us with the rebranding. So if you liked the promo material,
guys, go over to her profile right now and give her a follow. Like, seriously, she's going to be one of those that you want to watch. Like, her career is going to be taken off to the moon.
You're going to make me cry. Stop.
It's too early for that. Well, no, I'm just kidding. That's what we're going for.
Oh, that's cute. I already cried before this started. We're good.
We all went through our emotional tears in the shower as we all prepared for today. So we got it out of our systems, y'all. So we're here. We're happy.
Oh, no, my kids this morning were like, you don't have time for that. You got to get us fed and the screaming. And it was wonderful.
There you go. Yeah, you got some sick kiddos at home, right? You know?
Yeah,
so, yeah.
You know, maybe runny nose or 2, but still going to school.
You know, that's what you got to do. You got to. All right. So where's everybody at? Do we have some people in the back?
My dialer's ready. I'm straight up on Orm right now.
People are working to get in here. We are right at time for them. So
I'm just going to load up my
my
dial list.
Sean, Topher is working on it.
All right.
I'd say
we are
just get all loaded up and get started.
Sean!
Hey, Sean.
What's up, everyone?
What's up, Sean? How are you, sir? Welcome.
I am good. Thanks for having me. How are y'all?
Sean in the house. Are you a Lakers fan?
Nope. This is LSU.
So LSU. Okay.
LSU.
I'm a Warrior guy.
I see. One of my buddies, his mom, who's like 5'1", was Shaquille O'Neal's professor when he was at LSU. So she has a picture of him. He's 6'11", 7 feet tall. Just hilarious. Like, she goes up to like his waist. But LSU Shaq back in the day, that's where it was at.
Yeah, I wasn't really into college sports back then, but
good stuff. Well, welcome to the stage, Sean. Tell us where you're calling in from.
Yeah, I'm from Dallas, from my house here in the office, and I'm actually going to be using Salesfinity.
Oh, nice. Oh, you're rocking with the Salesfinity. All right, that's a new one on the spot. I like it.
Who are you calling today? What's your persona?
I'm calling anyone like in marketing or customer, like VPs of customer facing roles or product management for like call centers. Basically we have an SMS texting solution here in the States and trying to see if we could help someone with that.
I love it.
There you go.
Who else we got?
All right, I'm going to get set up. Topher is coming. And then Wasim needs to come in. But we are here. We're ready to get started. If anybody from the audience wants to come dive in, please do so. Remember, if you haven't already, tag all of our sponsors to get entered in the drawing. I know only a few people have done it so far, so I'm just going to bring this up real quick. Ooh, there's Marin. She can go ahead and highlight it for everybody. Hey, left and right. There you go. Hey.
It's just me now.
It's just you now. So make sure. Go ahead, Marin.
Oh, I was just going to say all of these hashtags, make sure the logo over here matches the company that you are tagging. Otherwise, it will not go through. But we would love to show these companies some love. So go ahead and drop them in, and you have the chance to win some amazing prizes.
Me and Ronen want alerts.
I'm gonna try to win.
We all want alerts from the company. Yeah, we want alerts from the company yelling at us, please. That says, "Why did we wake up today and get blasted with all of these things?"
Ooh, it's happening. We got a lot of comments already coming through. All right, so don't forget, tag everyone. Tag those companies.
Hey, Logan.
And maybe we can splash it up from time to time.
Yep, we'll do it. We'll do that. So I'm gonna hit dial in browser. I am going to get started on my Orem. Oh, this is great. Gotta get set up.
Who's gonna get the first call?
Oh, I'm gonna kick Ronen's butt. That's all I know. I got you, Ronen. I'm coming for your number. Oh, sir. It's
so just a quick formatting thing. When people connect, if we can, we'll have the opportunity to hear their side of the call. Don't forget, as a caller, say like, hey, you are on a recorded line. The easiest way to do that is just write in your opener. I usually go with, hey, it's Ronen. I asked for the person's name. I'm like, hey, is this Tom? Yes. Hey, it's Ronen on a recorded line. How have you been? So I usually transition it right into my opener there, and it kind of seamlessly goes. I've never had any trouble using that opener.
I usually open right up with just, hey, it's Tom with the SD Lab. How have you been? And I always get like, do I know you? Wait a minute, and then it's like, hey, no, this is a cold call.
With
who? Yeah, they'll be like,
you got to tell me you're on a
from
recording
where?
line.
Yeah. Yep, I do have to do that, Ronen. That'll be a little bit of a practice for me. Hey, it's Tom with the SD Lab on a recorded line. How have you been? There you go. Right, nice to put in there. You ready? Drum roll. Yeah. I got a guest coming on stage. Are you ready? You ready? Here it comes.
Oh, everyone hide.
Oh, previous champion.
The reigning champion.
In the house.
The 2022 cold calling Phonathon original champion. First of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
What's up, Topher? How you doing? Topher?
I got it cut because I had to go to a prospect yesterday, so I literally just
got a cut for this, guys. Let's give it to him. That's awesome. All right, let's load up those lists and dial away, guys. And Tom, are you going to be coaching, or am I coaching the calls?
We all are. We're here. It's you and I. So Sean, Topher, as you make dials, and then as those calls end, we do want to do a small debrief, right? We'll just talk out that call, give some people some chance in the comments to give their insights. No egos here. We're all going to have fun. We're all just trying to level up our cold calling. Ronen and I are even open to coaching, right? Topher, I want to hear from you where we can improve.
I'm old school, by the way. I've got my notebook. That's how I do it.
Hey, there you go.
I like having a notebook when I'm on the call, like just with some pointers that I want to make sure to hit.
I have my notebook with me all the time.
Oh, Sean's got the notebook. Maren's got the Post-it notes, 15 different colors.
I also have. There's more. There's more. I promise. I also have notebooks.
I'm looking for Danielle Larson, the sales development manager.
Oh, he got one. There we go. Okay. Just a quick note: when you get one, put yourself on mute if you don't want the conversation, and then we'll ask you to debrief after. I want to hear Tom. I don't think he can cold call. Can he cold call?
Thank you so much.
Pro tip, guys. You can right-click StreamYard and then hit mute site, and you won't hear us. That's the fastest way to make us stop talking in your ear when you're on with the prospect.
I'm also going to be trying to keep up on muting people who are not speaking. So
I'm always speaking. That's going to be a problem.
Well, Ronen, I guess you're perma-muted.
All right, y'all. I got transferred. The lady transferred me over to Danielle, but I got her voicemail.
All right, guys. So that's how we're going to do it today. When you get the connect, so quick tips, pro tips. Right-click the tab StreamYard next to the duck, and you'll see mute site is one of the options. Does everyone see that? Mute site?
This is Maren calling from Orem on a recorded line. How you doing today?
Nice.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm calling from Orem. Full disclosure, this is a cold call. Any chance you could take 30 seconds, let me know if it's interesting, and then hang up on me? Awesome. So Orem is a live conversation platform, and we are trying to help sales teams get into more conversations over the phone. I was curious if the team over at CyberInt is doing any kind of cold calls. Awesome. Can I ask how many calls per day you guys are usually doing?
6.
Not enough.
I really hope Maren muted us.
Okay. So
trying to figure it out.
Any chance that you're trying to boost those numbers? How are you guys driving pipeline right now?
Oh, good question. How are you guys driving pipeline right now?
I like that.
Yeah, that's really solid.
Stealing that.
You want to make it even punchier? Say, do you already have 4 to 5x coverage of your pipeline to your revenue goals?
Any chance you know her last name?
Sandy
Awesome.
Summer
Well,
in the house.
Thank you so much, Barnaby. I
is
will
here.
give Hannah a call, and I
Eddie.
hope you have a great rest of your day.
Oh, Fredo's here too. Wow, we got the whole family here. Whole
Gotcha.
LinkedIn
I'll give her a
family.
call mid-April then. Thanks, Barnaby. Have a good one. Bye.
Marin with the first live connect. Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
Marin.
Let's go. First one's always the worst one.
All right, tell us what happened. Tell us. Did you mute us, by the way? You weren't able to hear us, right?
I did mute you. I don't know what you're saying.
Thank you. Good. Because we were jabbering.
Sounds about right.
I just figured out how to mute the site.
Exactly. Right click
how to do it.
tab, mute the site if you want us to not be talking in your ear when you're on with the prospect. Otherwise, we will throw you off your game. Well, so tell us what happened.
I didn't realize. Yeah.
Give us the breakdown.
Heard the beep. Was trying to pause my dials because I realized that I needed to mute the site first, but picked up company that I've been trying to get in contact with for a while. He gave me a referral to the person who would be the decision maker. He is an IC, and said that she is on holiday until mid-April. So I will be giving Hannah a call mid-April.
Anytime someone says holiday,
he was very, very British.
That's so not American. And I also think of that song. What's that song? When you're on a holiday. We got the outbound sales guy in the house.
Yes, there we go. Martin, you're here. How are you, sir?
What's up, Martin?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Oh, it's so good to see you, Martin. Welcome to the show.
I love Martin.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it's going to work so far. I'm trying to make a couple calls here, but my screen reader and all the voices are playing a little havoc. So we'll see how I make it.
We'll be quiet when you make a connect. We'll all try to go silent and mute ourselves when you've got the floor, my friend. But thank you for making it. We're excited to have you. You guys, outbound sales guys, he runs an agency helping pick up your outbound team, outsource your outbound, right? So if you're looking to take that function and outsource it, Martin is incredible at processes and putting that together. So you can reach out to him and he will do some work for you. And he's going to show you how he does it today with making some calls.
Heck yeah. All right, I'm dialing my list.
I'm dialing. Are you dialing, Sean Topher?
I'm dialing.
I'm literally still setting up my list. So I will.
Come on, Topher.
Wow, he's got the champion.
Reigning champion's getting lazy. Look, he's got that honeymoon phase. He won the Super Bowl. He's like, I'm cool.
He's all confident. He's like, I don't even need to dial. I got this. He's going to rip like 30 at the end of the day and book all 30 of them.
Probably.
Hey, Ross.
I need to help Trey.
Nope. Busy tone. That was weird. Okay, next. Load it back up. So, Tom, what are the prizes people can win and how do they enter?
Yep. So again, for those, what you're going to want to do is, hey, Jennifer. Hey, Jennifer. Tom Slocum with the SD Lab. How have you been? Oh, do I have a bad connection? I'm so sorry. Is it any better now or still?
Hey,
struggling?
Doug. Hey, Doug, it's Ronen Pessar on a recorded line. How have you been?
Got it. Well, I'll try to be quick. I'll try to make sure it can
Look, I know
good.
no one likes getting the
but I was just reaching out to you because I understand you're the SDR manager
at least
over
out
there
here in California.
at Lumen. Is
I
that
can keep
right?
it super brief, and then you can decide if you want to hang up on me.
Awesome.
Is that fair?
How are you? This is a cold call. I am on a recorded line. I wanted to talk a little bit about your
that is
outbound
very
process,
fair. Thank you.
And how you guys are doing in 2023. Are you finding any challenges with
Hey, quick question for
having
you.
repeatable pipeline
Out of
coming through
curiosity,
on a month-to-month basis?
do you guys already invest in
fairly
internal
well?
SDRs to help you with your outbound effort? Outsource. Okay, cool. How's that going? Cool. Look, out of curiosity,
Interesting. That's
most
awesome. You
people
guys
I
have
speak
RevOps to
with
kind of
end
go
up
through.
saying they want 4 to 5x
Usually,
coverage of their
most
revenue
SDR
goals with
managers I
pipeline.
talk to kind of have that
Not
authorization,
to
but it's
capture
nice that you have
anything,
kind of
but
checks and balances
are you already
to go through
at that goal?
What I'll do is I'll shoot you an information about SD Lab. It's an outbound consulting agency. So we help you kind of look at your people, your process, your tech. So it probably would be good to talk to your RevOps, kind of see what they're doing for you to help enable the team. So I'll shoot that email over, and then you can refer it to the right person, and we can go from there. Awesome. Thank you, Jennifer. You have a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, the reason for my call was,
Task, control, option, link, template.
Not quite. I get that a lot, actually. The reason I was calling is that I'm a internal SDR team builder. So I'm a consultant that helps companies build out SDR teams the right way the first time, so that in 6 to 9 months, you've got everything humming along nicely. Basically, build it for you, hand it over to you on a silver platter, and watch you hit your revenue goals. But it sounds like you don't yet have any plans to hire internally. Okay. So keep an eye out for that. Okay, cool. Does it make sense for me to keep an eye open for that fundraise news and then check in to see if, how that's going with the team build? Heck yeah, man.
Hey, is this Anthony?
Catchy name, I know. Really funny. But what we do again is we help you install the SDR team the right way. Everything tech, people, process, hiring, the whole thing done for you, so you can just step in and have a functional team ready to go. Cool, man. Sounds great, Doug. Have a great weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.
Nice work, sir.
Okay.
There you go.
That was exactly my ICP 6 months early. He hasn't fundraised yet. So what we do at the Call Guys is we install SDR teams for companies. So we want to catch them right when they're ready to do that. And he's like, nah, we're still fully outsourced. So call me back after we fundraise.
There you go.
But it's great. And then he's like, connect with me on LinkedIn so you can see the news when I post about it. And I'll put you in touch with my CRO. Like, wonderful. I love calling CEOs. They always defer you to someone, and that person always takes the meeting.
That's awesome.
Drew took a shot at me. He's like, you never. Go ahead, Ron.
No, I was going to say, I wish you guys could have heard that side of it. He chuckled when I hit him with the opener, which is why I like that opener. It's like, I know no one likes getting a cold call, especially not on a Thursday morning here. Mind if I share why I'm calling? And then you can decide if you want to hang up. And they usually chuckle and go, yeah, sure, go ahead. And he was like, I'll probably just tell you I'm not interested. So he's playing along with me.
That's funny. That's good. It's tough not having the other side of the conversation, but it's okay, right? We'll break it down. We'll talk about it here.
Put Martin up here.
Work, and also I'm in the process of a different venture, so I'm not really sure how or where Zoom info would really tie in at this point in time, because it's just really in the ideation stage. So those are the two factors, two main objections right now that I have for you. And it's not the platform, because I'm familiar with the platform, used it at a previous company and love the data quality. It's just right now it's not simply just isn't the right time or great fit for me. Yeah, hey, also if you're making a ton of calls today, you should join us on the Phonathon here on LinkedIn. Happy to shoot you over the link, and a ton of people are on there making some calls, and good benefit for it as well. Sweet, man. Best luck to you.
Martin with the promo.
There you go. There you go.
Martin, break it down for us. Martin, break it down for us. How was that call?
Oh, hey, sorry, that was someone cold calling me.
That's what I was like, did Martin just get cold called here?
Yeah.
You were so polite.
That was their fourth cold call this morning. They started at like 8:30 this morning while I was still in bed, my dialysis. So I love getting that call. And they email me and everything, and I'm like, no, it's just the budget. Like, I know what Zoom Info costs. I'm not able to afford that right now.
Us solo guys, us solo peeps can't do that. That's
no,
little pricey.
And he's like,
I know what Zoom Info costs, and I can't afford that in this lifetime.
Exactly. And he's like, well, why you wanted me to reach out? We've got flexible plans, and we can, work with what your budget. I said, unless it's zero, you're not going to work with me.
Bro, that is amazing. Oh man. All right. Well, amazing. Only on the Phonathon do you actually get cold called while you're on it. So
exactly.
If you guys didn't see, Elliot Garcia has entered the stage.
Elliot, what's going on?
Elliot.
Welcome, Elliot.
Rookie of the year.
Elliot. Sub-Zero. So we call him Sub-Zero from our Rev League days. He is the coldest cold caller we know. Elliot, do you want to give a little bit of an intro and a little bit about Reggie and what you got going on and who you're going to be calling?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for that warm introduction, Tom Ronen. Broke into SaaS 2 years ago, and it was out of a 30-second elevator pitch Clubhouse days with Rev Genius. Got introduced to Jared Robin, then Tom, and then 4 months into it, they were asking me, I was like, hey, why don't you join the Rev League? And I was like, I have no experience. Then they came in with a tournament, and I was like, no, bad idea. And so finally, Tom's like, hey, I'll take you by my side. Just cold call. So I just cold called. Tom helped me out during the whole time. And I was like, hey, I think I got like 10 meetings a day. And I booked 186 meetings in 6 weeks in the lead generation space,
Holy
B2C.
smokes.
Financial advisors. I didn't know anything. I didn't know what RevOps was, sales ops. I didn't know what a vice president of sales ops. Just give me a cold call script and watch me do it. And so that's all I knew. I was raw and uncut. Tom helped me out so much. I mean, if you need training, if you need any level up, Tom is the man to get you up to that point. So out of that, went to a SCP called Outplay and then Data Axle, and now I'm here at Reggie. Reggie helps two things, increase in engagement and personalization at scale versus generalization.
Hey, Jonathan.
So how are you getting into those crowded inboxes? So, yeah.
Love it, Elliot.
We love you, Elliot. We are so excited. I was for a second.
Guys, Elliot is by far and away, I've been watching him from an outsider perspective. This man is growing like at a speed that I've never seen before. He just enters the scene and suddenly takes over, winning the competition in Rev League. That I remembered. I remember being like, who is this guy? He won? Like, I saw all the notifications. I was like, what? And he won again? Didn't you win twice?
No, I won one time.
You won one time.
And then I was like finalist. You beat me to get it.
Oh, I did?
You did.
Oh,
I went to the Final Four last year. Yeah, I went to the Final Four.
Oops.
It's all good. Hey,
I
lost to the GOAT.
It's okay. If you gotta lose to the GOAT. Right. Revenue days were awesome, man. Elliot's come a long way. Topher is the same story, right? Topher was, never been part of SaaS, learned about Darren and Eric McKee and the SaaS bros, got in touch with me and Ronan and the SaaS ship, right? And it's cool to watch you all. And I made a post about this last week is hire for potential, not experience, right?
Absolutely.
Like, Ronan, I know you look at that when you interview. I look at that, right? At the surface, man. Like maybe they don't have everything. Maybe they don't have everything you need right this second. But can they learn? Are they eager?
Can I share real quickly, Tom? Because you just hit a nerve for me. You hit a nerve for me. Like there's at the call, guys. One of the things we do when we stand up SDR teams for companies is we help them find talent interview the talent, onboard the talent. And so what we train people to look for is 5 key traits. There's really 5 traits. And guess what? Anyone can have them. That's the cool thing. It's not about experience. Now, I will caveat this with, there are SDR roles where experience is required. Like there are such things as senior SDR roles. I also believe if you're going to be a true founding SDR, like ideally you're not on a team of 1, because that's usually a red flag if a brand new startup just has 1 SDR. But ideally, if you're founding a team, you want to have experience. You don't want to go into that fresh. But some of the traits that we look for always, one of them is like growth mindset. So like I think of Elliot Garcia when I think of this. Like he shows up and the guy's just ready to learn. He's a sponge. He takes it all in. And then suddenly he's at the top. That's not a mistake. If you are willing to put your ego, check it at the door, and come learn a thing or two, there's no faster way to learn a skill than to get on the phone and cold call and have some people around you ready to coach you. And that's exactly the environment that I was privileged enough to watch Elliot step in and do that with. But man, that's one that you don't see a lot. People who are that gritty, with a growth mindset, ready to just learn and come and go, make it to the top.
Like Eddie says, right? Experience comes with egos, right? And often
Kill that ego.
Watching a lot of it now. Ego is just bad. It's just bad in general in all things of life. Like there is no reason to have one, right? And it's okay to be open-minded, learn from folks. You don't have to take everything. Ronen, how many one-on-ones were you in with your bosses? And sometimes you didn't take everything, right? You'd be like, all right, cool, I hear you.
Dude, I had a boss who would be like, let's do our one-on-one at like 6:30, coffee, bagels, New York, before the office opens up. I'd be sitting there waiting for him, and I get a text like, hey, I'm not going to make it. Sorry. Like, I was like, I got up early for this. But you just keep rolling with it. Like, it's not personal, you know? You just got to keep moving and take that ego out of the equation.
Hey, new shirt coming soon. Hit him with the opener. That's a bad shirt, Drew. That'd be cool. Hit him with the opener. Hey, I like it. Ronen, did you see? So, gang, we've got Ryan Reiser and Eddie getting into the comments about cold calling being dead. So I'm challenging the two of them to come join us on this stage and tell us how dead it truly is, because I don't know.
Ryan doesn't cold call anymore.
No, he doesn't cold call ever. I've never seen him pick up the phone once in 15
years. Ryan's the original live call show guy. Like he used to do this every day. Every day. You guys remember that?
Every morning. Yep. He'd have his whiteboard. He'd show you how he'd go through his buckets. He was out here doing this before lives were even like a real thing just yet. He was a very early on preneur of it, right? So shout out to Ryan R. Do you want to talk a little bit about the business, Ryan, Ronen, for him? Because I know you used his phone.
If you're not using totally, like he's
hey, Ryan. Hey, Ryan.
Oh, we got
this is Elliot over at Reggie. How you been? Hey, not too bad. You told me to call you back after your SKO, which was on March 17th. So I just wanted to call you back and see how it went. Yeah, awesome. What was the talk about? Like, you know, what did you guys discuss, or what's going to happen in 2023? Oh, the secret sauce. You can't give it out, right? Like mom's spaghetti. Hey, so Ryan, real quick, all good. I'm glad you had a great time at the SKO. I think we talked a little bit, and we're already connected on LinkedIn. But what's the focus for your SDRs in 2023? Okay. And how are you standing out in these crowded inboxes at Placer.io? Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, mom spaghetti line. That was great.
That's the best line. Best line.
Hey,
ever.
I love that.
To make a LinkedIn
grind
post
time.
About it.
You mentioned cadences. Are you creating the cadences? Right. So just let you know a little bit about Reggie.ai. We create sequences and cadences in minutes. So like I'm looking at your website, and how can we personalize the persona that you're going after? like you have Sony, Whole Foods, Regency centers. How can we get more of those logos in there to stand out in those crowded inboxes? And I'll tell you, we can create them together, and how we can stand out and absolutely put these hardworking SDRs that you have pedal to the metal, but also stand out in the crowded inbox. And that's why I wanted to call you back, so we can have 30 minutes of your time, just so you could check it out, see what's out there, see how it can help you stand out in this, crowded inbox. Yes, sir. Yep. Yeah, I'm listening. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, Jacob, this is Sean on a recorded line.
Who's going to bring the meeting home?
Hey, Jim, this is Topher at Sync Systems. How are you doing today?
Okay. Yeah, no worries. And I know it's not your job to help people that are like me that are lost. Yeah.
Ooh.
But would you know who exactly I would be able to, get in front of?
Nice, Elliot.
Gosh, he's so smooth on the phone, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Like Rob Thomas and Santana said. Smooth.
Yeah, no worries. I know it's a 637 employee company. Don't expect, a lot of traction there, but hey, it's great that you're in charge of. How many SDRs are you in charge of, if you don't mind me asking? So 9. Okay, so nice, decent, size of a team. But one thing before I let you go, how long does it typically take to personalize an email?
Ooh.
There we go. Finally asked it. The provocative question.
Yes. The leading question.
Okay.
This is a good combo.
Perfect. Okay, Ryan. Well, seems like
brushed off pretty hard.
I don't want to, waste your time or anything. I just wanted to, bring relevancy. Connected with you on LinkedIn. I know that you are not in a place to make decisions or even take a demonstration of what's out there. But yeah, definitely love to connect with you. And if you want me to cater an email to, the ones that you're going after at Placer.io, I know that you've gone after, head of leasing, and, it could be tough to get in front of these, personas. So love to cater an email for you, so you could just kind of check it out, see if it's something relevant to you and how it can help your team. Hey, right on. Take care. Bye.
Wow. Mr. Elliot Garcia.
Hey, yo, got the hard brush off. That guy did
Can you
not
hear us?
budge.
Can you hear us,
Elliot
Elliot?
might have the site on mute still.
Yep.
All right, he'll come back when he comes back. We'll ask him to debrief.
I'm back. If that's what you're talking about.
Sean, how did it go with yours? You got to connect on there too, yeah?
Yeah, so I had someone that wasn't the right person, but he did say that they're looking possibly at bringing SMS texting on to their company. So that could be a good one, actually. He said, like, we're right in the middle of it. I don't know if they selected a vendor, but you could be calling me at the perfect time, which is what I need right now at the end of the quarter. So.
Hey, there you go. Potential, right? Again, finding that potential, nurture it, and then it could come through that pipeline. So that's awesome.
That's what I love about cold calling and outbound in general. Like, you can find that 3% of the market that's evaluating you now, or that 7% of the market that is thinking about it. And if you get in front of that 10% of your market, those could be the bluebirds. Those are the ones that help you end the quarter. So nice stuff there, man. What did you what's your follow-up, Sean? Are you gonna go find someone?
From Orem.
So I do have others like at that company, but it's hard with these enterprises to really find like who the right person is, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go through him and see if that does anything. I'm gonna keep running through my prospects like the other ones at that company too.
All right, cool. Elliot, can you hear us?
Elliot,
now?
are you with us?
No, he's zoned in. He's don't distract me, Mamba mentality right now.
I think he forgot to unmute, and now he's just going to be like off.
He's going to be zombie Elliot.
We're going to debrief without him because the comments were fire. Like, we're going to debrief without him because that was incredible, Elliot. That was a very, very good call. I have preached for 2 years about Elliot's tone. And I know, Ronen, you talk about tone and delivery.
Hey, Scott, it's Maren calling from Orem on a recorded line. Keeping you busy over there? Are they keeping you busy over there today? Can you hear me all right?
Ooh, classic.
Hello? Hey, Scott, I'm going to give you a call back in just 1 second.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Ooh, a double tap. Double tap. Double tap. Who double taps? Who triple taps? Is that a thing? Do we still do that, Ronen?
Definitely. You always want to call them back if you lose the call.
I love a good double tap. Triple tap's a little too much. What?
All right, guys, I'll be back in a bit. I got to go do AE things.
Okay, Topher, we'll see you soon.
Got to do AE things.
Big dog. That's okay. We'll get a run on him. We can get some meetings before he gets back.
Good luck.
Thanks, homie.
You all right, Jason?
All right, resume
Martin,
dialing.
how you doing over there?
You know what? It's acting weird. Are they?
Hey, Martin, are you on Orem?
It's kind of messing up with my Orem. I don't know why.
So we just did a system refresh. Give it just like 1 minute and refresh your page, and you should be okay.
Orem is Orem.
I think that's what just happened with my call too.
Oh.
I tried to drop in the. I dropped in the private chat. You just have to hit refresh on it. Maybe.
Can you hear us, Elliot? Can you hear us?
No, he's straight up.
Still can't hear us.
Oh.
Really?
Elliot.
Can
you
you
gotta
ask
unmute
him?
the site. Oh. Is he talking to somebody? Do we have a live call?
Nah, but I'm dialing away.
Let's dial.
I do want to call out. I do want to call out one thing Elliot did just for people who saw it. He got to this question that was a nice probing question. So there's two things you always want to do on a cold call. The first one is you want to get to the current state pain. Like, what are you currently experiencing as pain? And ask a question that's probing them to talk about it. So it could be like, in his case, he said, hey, just curious here, how long does it take your team to craft an email? And that was a beautiful question, because what he's trying to do is get them to say, like, I don't know, it takes us like 10 minutes, 15 minutes each. Then he could hook it right into the provocative question, the mic drop moment, the poke the bear, whatever you want to call it. And this is where he would say something like, look, have you ever considered technology that utilizes state-of-the-art AI so that 10 to 15 minutes becomes like 10 to 15 seconds? And then the person goes like, what? that's what you want, the hopeful outcome of what you want to have happen. And then you hook it right into your ask. Look, that's why I was actually calling. Don't know if you've heard of Regi AI or not, but reason for my call is to see if we can introduce you to AI that'll help your team write faster emails without losing any quality. How does Thursday at like 4 p.m. look? You go right
to it, right?
And that starts.
I think he has he's got an amazing value prop and offer, especially in this space right now. Like I would love to be selling Regi, right? And having those type of conversations, because Ronen, you and I both know, being leaders for our SDR team, it was either us writing those sequences, our team leads, it was a process to come up with the messaging, the cadence flow. I wish I had Regi when I was.
When I started, I would like be reading 10K reports for public companies, and then I would be writing these emails, and like 45 minutes later, I hit send, and then it bounces, and I'm like, God damn it! I just did all that for like an email that didn't even make it through. It's like that's the problem with spending all this time crafting a single email. There's tools out there that allow you to write high quality, relevant, not personalized, relevant emails that are about the person's pain points that you can solve in a very non-pushy way. They're in a curious manner, in a way that gets the person to ideally say something like, oh yeah, I'm curious to learn more. Like, how do we do that? How do we achieve that? That's a problem I have. Yeah, emails could be 100%. A black hole, especially, I'm no email pro, for sure not, but definitely in the early days when I was an SDR, man, it used to be rough, like spending all that time crafting an email, doing all the research. I used to have this thing where I would have a sheet for every account that I was working, and I would have to write five triggers, things that I would use in my outreach. And I would be reading through all these like Wall Street reports and stuff like that, looking through all these news articles and anything I could get my hands on for a company. And like what I learned in hindsight was it was such a waste of time. Maybe the person's already gone and didn't update their LinkedIn. Maybe all I needed to do was pick up the phone and say like, oh, hey, can I speak with James? They'd be like, oh, he's not here anymore. And I just save all that time reaching out to him. That's why I'm a huge proponent of call first. You can save yourself a ton of time if you just pick up the phone first.
100%. That's my favorite. That's why I'm such an advocate for cold calling, right? Is because speed to lead, it's a faster process. You don't have to go through the email side of 3-4 days waiting on that reply or that conversation. Just pick up the phone. Or that, I've had it where I've emailed somebody for like 2 weeks, never picking up the phone. And then I finally do, and they don't even work there. Or the whole time the email was bad, right? And I had no idea, and I just thought they were ignoring me. That's why I believe in multi-channel, right? Just hit all of it. Hit them on social, hit them on email, hit them on cold calling, just so you can find out where they live and where they like to communicate. And then from there, get in front of them. You know what I mean?
Totally. Yeah.
Elliot, can you hear us now? Are you back?
Yeah.
Hey, there we go. That was an incredible call, sir.
Great call. Yeah.
The comment section ate it up.
So the not a decision maker and can't take demos, but I mean you can always be educated.
Sorry, I had something in my throat.
And so
you all right there?
You just gotta give what you can take. So
it's true.
No, you did an incredible job. You did a very good job there, and it was awesome. Very well done.
So what's the real answer when people say I can't take a demo? Is that legit?
At a above 500 company,
50-50 maybe?
So. 50-50 depends.
So? You think he was brushing you off?
I mean, I don't know. What does the audience say? Let's ask them. Do you think that he was brushing me off?
It sounded like you gave him you nailed the tone. You had some really good questions. You had a decent sized, like, lengthy conversation. So I don't think it was a true brush off. I think he was being honest with you. But it was weird that when you asked him that question, when you said about like, how long does it take your team to write emails? Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were going to open up the conversation from there. That was a great question. But then it actually went the other way.
Hey, Andrew, this is Sean on a recorded line. How are you today?
Come on.
Get it, Sean.
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. I know you're not expecting my call right now. Do you have a quick moment? I promise to be brief.
Beautiful.
Awesome. So I'm calling because we speak to many call centers that find it difficult to connect with their customers through digital channels such as SMS texting. I'm wondering how y'all are currently engaging with your clients. Okay. What are you using for the appointment confirmations? Okay. Are you the head of that? Because I did talk with Jacob in a different department, and he was saying you guys might be evaluating SMS texting right now on a bigger scale, possibly. Okay. Awesome. When are you looking to have that complete with the billing system? Just so I know, like, when I should like maybe follow up, or maybe unless you're open to possibly doing like a quick intro call and get the team that is involved with this, so we can have a quick intro call just to show you the value we could provide once you guys are ready.
Nice. He just went for it.
Got it.
That's a brush off.
Oh, wow. Okay. Who is the department that's kind of handling the texting side, though?
Yeah, I'm with Logan on this. Always go for it.
Okay. Would it be helpful if I shot you over an email with some like the summary of kind of what we do, and then you can get back to me after you talk with her? Awesome. Is your email? Let's see here. Is it just andrew.flannery@tdstelecom.com? All right, Andrew. I will send that here shortly, and hoping we could connect with that person as well, the new person coming in, and maybe we could all have some time here soon or later, I guess, once the billing system's done. But I do appreciate your time today, Andrew.
Hey,
you have a good
Soul.
one. Thanks. Bye.
Hey, Soul, can you hear me okay? This is Ronen Pessar. Yeah, it's Ronen Pessar on a record line. How have you been? Soul? Hey. Yeah, this complete transparency here. This is a cold call, and I know nobody, and I mean nobody, likes getting a cold call, especially not a Thursday afternoon. I can keep it super brief, and then you can decide if you want to hang up on me. Is that fair? Oh, no stress. I totally understand that. When do you think would be better? Yeah, I'm super happy to send you an email. Being totally transparent here, I've been doing this a long time, and I'm still waiting to hear back from all those emails I've sent. I have yet to hear back from anyone. Does it make sense for me to share why I'm reaching out and then keep it under half a minute here? And if it doesn't make sense, I don't have to reach back out again. I appreciate that. I'll keep it super brief. Do you guys already have a SDR team or an outbound function at UiFlow? Okay, cool. Part of the reason I'm reaching out, again, my name is Ronen Pessar. I'm one of the co-founders at the Call Guys. Is a lot of times early stage companies look to outsource their SDR team, and they grow and they want to bring it in-house. That's where we step in. We're SDR experts. Essentially, we would be able to help you stand up your team in about 6 months and hand the team over to you, trained, ready to go with all the tech stack, everything you need in place, even help with recruiting and so on and so forth. Anything like that on your radar at all? Okay, no stress. Look, it sounds like the outsourced approach is working for you today. So happy to take you off my list here and not follow up again. But before I do, a lot of times when people fundraise is when they would look to bring something in-house. Have you guys thought about doing that at a future point? Okay, no worries. All right, well, take care and have a great weekend. Bye.
Nice job, sir. Well done.
Thank you. He hit me immediately with the I'm not interested before I even told him what I was calling about, and that's when
It's
I knew.
Always a fun objection. Your initial gut is always like, "What are you not interested in?" I haven't even said anything
though.
yet.
He was so polite. He was just like, "Oh, maybe you can just email me," and I'm like, "Yeah, I've been doing this a while. Those emails never get replied to."
I like how you handle that objection.
Thanks, Martin. Yeah, that's one of my favorite ways to handle the email objection. Is you just say, "Look, I've been doing this a long time, and I'm still waiting to hear back from any one of those many emails I've sent."
Because I got that earlier this week, right, with the prospect. He's like, "Yeah, give me the reason why you're calling." Go into it, and then he's like, "Well, I'm not. I asked for the meeting," and he's like, "Well, not today," or like whatever the time was that I asked for. And he's like, "Just send me something by email," and then it was like, shit, I kind of lost it from there.
Yeah, and honestly, I have never heard back. Maybe once, twice from someone who says email me. Really, really rare to actually hear back from someone. So up front, which that was, it's a brush off. When it's a brush off, the goal is to just get permission to pitch. And in that case, he gave me the permission. He was like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." And that's when I told him what we do. And he told me that he's got a solution in place. I pushed back again. He said, "Nope, I'm good with the solution. Thanks so much." And that was it. So all you can do is push once or twice. And when you get a hard no, you got to take it and move on.
Yep.
And now I can clear them out of my follow-up pipeline.
But that email,
and that's what
that is such a common objection, right?
Yeah,
because it's just instinct, right? Well, send me an email. Yeah, well, okay, I'll send you an email. You're not gonna read it.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I give a hot take?
Oh yeah, get in there, Tom. Get in there.
Well, I have to. So I'm all about accountability in the process, right? We all have to own what we can control. And when I hear "send me an email" at the end of my pitch, my value prop, or that's where it goes, I honestly have to reflect on that, because my hot take is that kind of means we didn't bring enough value. That objection is that we didn't do a good job in conveying our message, because all they want to do is get off the phone. We didn't intrigue them enough, right? So they're like, "Just send me info," and it's a knee-jerk response, and they want to get off the phone. So if I can give any recommendation to anybody out there, listen to those calls, go back to those, kind of listen at your tone, your delivery, how you opened up, review that game tape. Because more often than not, you'll hear why they said that, and you'll kind of pick up and be like, "Oh, you know what? I didn't really drive it the way I needed to," and you'll start getting better. But I just take send me an email, send me more information as, "Hey, you got to own it. We dropped the ball. We didn't deliver the value, or they don't get it enough." And so usually I'll take another crack at it and say, so Ronen, I could use your line, right? Of, hey, I've sent plenty of emails, obviously between spam and everything else that comes, it can be very risky to do that. So let me just try one more time for you. The reason that I was calling is I'd seen that you were trying to do this and then kind of go back at it, right? And try one more time and just brush off that email and see if you can get it again, right? And just be prepared to drive a little bit more value for them and have something in the gun for that is my take on it. Just own it. It's sometimes more often our fault and they're just knee jerking because we didn't convey the value. That's my hot take.
Wasn't so hot.
I guess not that.
I guess space level was medium on that. That was like a lukewarm take.
I'd say it was like a medium on a medium on like a spicy wing type scale.
Spicy wing medium. I will say though, Tom, that's actually a great point. I want to just highlight what you said. If you're getting that objection of emailing me, you probably missed something. If it's in the opener, you probably missed the opener, which I did in that case. That was a not such a strong opener with that call. But if you get it later in the call, it probably means 95% of the time that this person doesn't have the pain that you solve, or it wasn't communicated well enough, so they don't see the relevancy, right? Like people are just going to be somewhat honest with you. In America, we've been taught, like, who's heard this before? Treat people the way you want to be treated, right? Like we've all heard that, right?
Rule.
So
in Canada, we're nice to everybody.
That's true. Oh, Canada.
Oh, Canada.
but like that's the thing. So prospects try to be nice, but at the same time they want to get you the hell off the phone. So like they'll throw you this like, oh, if this person just emails me, that'll feel good for them, and I feel like a good person because I'm a good person, and so I get to like do the nice thing and get off the phone. I think you just see that happening over and over again with folks. I've seen it a lot, and that's why I hit them with the like, be straight with me. I've emailed a lot of people. I'm not going to hear back from you. Can I go into this, which would be if it's at the opener, or later it's like, hey, I've emailed a lot of people. Would it be crazy if we just found some time instead where we can explore over a 30-minute call?
No, I only heard the tail end of Sean's call, but he was sending asked if he could send an email. What was kind of the gist of that call? Was that somebody that was like legitimately interested in more info, or trying to get him off the phone?
Yeah, so I went for the intro call as well, but once again, it was actually the same company, a second connect from the same company during this, and they're not the right person. But they did give me valuable information. Like this guy was telling me that they're like changing billing systems. They need to do that first, and maybe the lady coming in for that's brand new might have interest in what we do, which is SMS texting. But yeah, now I have to figure out 2 emails to send to these guys that probably won't include a PDF because I don't like PDFs because, like you guys said, they're not going to open it, right? So
they're not going to open it, right?
Yeah,
they're
that's different.
Hi, this is Maren calling from Orem. I'm on a recorded line. Are they keeping you busy over there today? Yeah, my name is Maren, and I'm calling from my company Orem. It's spelled O-R-U-M. Any chance I could tell you why I'm calling, and then you can hang up on me if it's not interesting?
Nice.
Thank you. So like I said, Orem is my company. We are a live conversation platform that's helping sales reps get into more actual conversations with their prospects. Is there any chance that your sales team is doing any kind of cold outreach over the phones right now? Not your team. Is there anyone at Dalit that's doing calls? Oh, gotcha.
Hey, Peter. This is Tom Slocum with the
call
SD
volume,
Lab.
or
How are you doing?
is it just no calls at all? Okay, no worries.
I'm doing really well, man. This is a quick cold call. I am on a recorded line. Did you have just a minute by chance?
Okay, thanks. Have a good one, Mario.
All right. Hey, the reason I was giving you a call is I see that you are the leader over there at Hello Baton, the co-founder. Are you guys doing anything in outbound? Are you doing outbound sales at all? Do you have an SDR team and doing anything where you're trying to go to market right now?
Control option.
No, all inbound or just kind of through referrals and network at the moment?
Link. Primary. You link. Plus 908
Nice.
billion.
Have you thought about growing a team out or looking at a go-to-market to where you can be more proactive in the outreach?
Arch at phone number. Button. Email. Button. Button. Image. Link. Image. Link. Business button. 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 Link. Bullet one credit. Link.
No, that's okay. The reason for my call is I'm with the SD Lab. We are a top of funnel consulting agency. So I help companies kind of launch that motion, build it, scale it in a way that we can do it in 14 weeks. We get that motion prompted up. We tackle your people, your process, and your tech in helping you do so. But if your board of directors is not about it, there's not much you can do there, huh? Why don't they want to do outbound? Do you know? Do they give you a reason as to why they're just kind of hanging out on the inbound side and not wanting to go to the market a little bit stronger? Yeah, that's for everybody, right? Like that SVB stuff, kind of the way the market is a little unsure. How much inbound are you seeing right now? Because that's got to be, I mean, it's got to be doing pretty well. Holy crap, 100? Okay, all right, that's awesome. That's so crazy. Yeah, I see you guys are rated on G2, right? You've got the best support, you're easiest to do business with, and you're a high performer. So that is very cool in, helping customers onboarding. But 100 demos, I would assume, are you closing like 1 in 4? Like around 1 in 4 are moving into pipeline? Yeah. Twitter's where it's at. Twitter's where it's at.
Tom.
People sleep on it. There's a whole market over there. I'm big on LinkedIn. That's where I live. You can find me there. I create content there every day and talk about it. But I ended up venturing to Twitter about a year ago. And it's a different animal, different breed of folks, different way to conversate. And you do a lot of business over there. People love to do business on Twitter and are okay with it. It's pretty impressive. Listen, I can't say much here, man. Yeah. I don't want to take much more of your time. Obviously, it's not a fit, but you were doing great things. You're seeing 100 demos a month. You've got the G2 to validate it. You guys look like you're doing really well. If anything does come up, I would love to shoot you an email so you can store it in files for when time does come. Because I'd love to just share my expertise and kind of help you out if they ever decide to go outbound. But hey, if you've got the inbound coming, you've got the team rocking, and budget's kind of tight for the moment, I'll shoot you that email. We'll keep in touch. I'll probably connect with you on LinkedIn and Twitter. I'll find you over there. And, if the time comes, I would love to chat. Or if you need a soundboard without money investment and you just want to run something by me on what you guys are doing on the inbound process, I'm happy to just give you a tip, share some insight, no cost, right? Just kind of jam with you on it, and we can go from there. Yeah? Cool, Peter. Well, I appreciate you taking a quick moment, man, and taking a cold call on this Thursday afternoon. And I will be in touch. I'll shoot that email over. And if anything comes up, man, would love to chat with you sometime. All right. See you, Peter.
Someone out here getting a cold call themselves.
Hey. Oh, Lydia's here. Woo, Lydia's
What's up, Lydia?
Hey, guys.
I just had a fun call.
Welcome to the stage, Lydia.
Thanks.
Did you hear that call?
Oh, yeah, we heard it. And we heard how high the pitch of your voice went when you talked about Twitter.
Oh,
like, I love Twitter. I love Twitter.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, Twitter is the best. It's like,
people sleep on that.
A new octave.
People sleep on changing your tone when you move into those moments where you want them to go high with you and then come back down low. It's something I learned early on in my career. When somebody talks about something and you kind of pick that up, that momentum. But yeah, they're a great company. He's got a board of directors that's not willing to put any money into processes right now. They get 100 inbounds a month. So they're doing okay, closing 1 in 4.
Shit.
Their founders are on Twitter, smashing it just through conversation. And so there was not much of a need, but we left it open, as you heard, right? We're going to talk in the future and see, but they don't want to spend any money and they don't want to do outbound because they're getting 100 demos and they're closing 1 in 4. So I mean,
Nice.
that's music to my ears.
You were hotter on that call than you were on your hot take with Ronen.
Oh, I see you. All right, Martin. I see you. Martin's coming for me today. Nah, I thought that was a hot take. You know, sometimes when you talk about accountability and you make people kind of have to own their own thing, sometimes people get a little rowdy. And it's like, you know, I just think when you hear send me more information or you see some of these objections, it's really ultimately on you. It's not anything the prospect's doing. It's purely you. And so just reevaluating.
Right? You haven't made it compelling enough for them to say, hey, okay, I want to listen to what you have to say.
Yeah.
That's it, right? You're not, you know.
Woohoo!
Who's
Eric
here?
in the house.
Oh
and
my
Lydia,
God,
we didn't even
y'all.
give you a chance to say hi and introduce yourself. Lydia, where are you calling in from?
I'm in Mountain View, California.
Mountain View.
Yeah, nice and gloomy today.
Awesome. Welcome. We're glad you're here.
I'm excited for Lydia's here, y'all. Like, go follow Lydia. She is incredible. Me and her have been chatting in the dark social groups. She's building out an SDR motion herself. She is fantastic. Excited for her to coach, kind of rip some calls with us. But thank you for coming, Lydia. Thank you for being here.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Is that a background or are you in your kitchen? Is that a background or is that like your real kitchen? Okay.
I thought that was fake. That's real?
It looks fake.
I thought that was fake. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's a fun fact. I live above the mortuary that my husband runs. So, yeah, we get a fancy house because we have to live with dead people.
That is fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eric, welcome. Mr. Falcon.
What's up, guys?
Eric. Good luck.
I know. I got this shirt just yesterday for this very reason, so I'm pretty excited.
Perfect.
Dude, that's exciting.
Eric, what business do you live on?
Hell yeah. What's up, guys?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm stoked.
Give us a little breakdown.
Eric,
Talk to us a little bit about where you're calling from and what you're calling.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm in the flyover state of Idaho. I've just moved from California, so it's kind of a culture shock. But representing Falcon today, small team that you guys may have seen in or around LinkedIn, obviously with the success of Ty prospecting KD and getting blown up through his video sequencing. We're riding all on his coattails. Yes. But yeah, man, super excited to start dialing. Haven't been getting too much success on the phone, so I'm going to start abusing it pretty hard today to see what we can get.
Phone is your friend.
Yeah. We will be here to debrief and coach you through it. Falcon's incredible, right? Finding that ICP, that messaging. But like you said, your team is, Adam just shouted out. By the way, for everybody in the audience, it's BDR Appreciation Week. Shout out to all of you that are here with us, all those in the trenches. Eric, right? A huge shout out from Adam and your guys' team. You and Sydney, Tyler. Tyler just got famous overnight, man. Like KD posting his video, like community manager. Unreal. He was supposed to be here today, but as you all know, like role change, all the success he's seeing, it's just hard for him to come by. But, you know, he is incredible. But Eric, we're excited to see you. Hop in, dial some calls, and hopefully somebody will get a meeting on the books here shortly. I really thought I had that guy, but 100 inbounds a month, I can't really argue with, man. I'm like, all right, dude, you got this.
When they're already getting the job done.
Hey Chris, it's Marin calling from Orem on a recorded line. Am I keeping you busy over there today?
Her opener.
Oh my gosh, amazing. I can give you a call back later. How was the trade show?
Hey, Victor.
Awesome.
Hey, Victor. It's Ronen. It's Ronen Pessar on a recorded line.
How
have you been?
Best to call you?
Yeah, okay, it's Ronen. Look, this is a cold call, and I know nobody. I mean,
awesome.
nobody.
Do you care if I just tell you like 30 seconds of why I was calling to see if it's even relevant? That's okay. I will give you a call tomorrow. Thanks, Chris. Bye.
I'm off. That guy was like, no, I don't have time. Goodbye. Next.
Thank you, next.
Thank you, next. So Ricky has a great question I wanted to bring up. So Ricky asked, you guys get lots of meetings from Twitter. I don't know about you all. I've been on Twitter since May of last year. I started with 89 followers. I'm almost about to hit 1,400. And I have gotten probably in that year, I've probably seen 10 to 15 meetings get booked from Twitter. Just from the content that I'm putting out, the DMs. It's easier to talk to a lot more decision makers over there, ironically enough, right? You might not see them on LinkedIn, but they are on Twitter. I recommend SDRs if you're in cybersecurity, you work with network engineers, you work with that like technical side, they live on Twitter. They are over there. You can find some great meetings out of there, put out some great content there. But those engineers and all those folks are super into Twitter. So I've seen success. I enjoy it. It builds a little bit of credibility over on that channel. Does anyone else do anything on Twitter in this panel? Do any of you over there?
I know nothing about Twitter.
Exactly. I don't know anything.
What, Mary?
I don't use
Hey,
Twitter.
Sam. Hey, Sam. It's Ronen Pessar. Can you hear me okay? Yeah, it's Ronen, and this is a cold call. You want to roll the dice? He did not want to roll the dice. That was a hard hang up.
Snake eyes.
Ouch. Ouch. Ouch.
I think I was a little too slow on the beat.
Kevin Hop says, hashtag next. Hashtag next.
On to the next
Kevin, when
one.
you gonna hop on some calls?
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Ouch.
Yeah, I need Kevin to come up here and kind of put that money where his mouth is. Where you at, Kev? Yeah, Kevin's right. It's very hard to grow followers on Twitter. Like I said, I've been at it for almost a year. Next in May will be 1 year, and I went from 89 to 1,400. And I post probably 5 to 7 times a day, every day. So it's not like super fantastic. I still think LinkedIn has the #1 most effective way to grow organically when it comes to followers.
Do you post similar content to like what you post on LinkedIn, or is it different type of content?
I do. No, I try to be a little bit more like human over there. So I probably just post a lot of personal, I try to just be more human in my content, but I post a lot of sales stuff still over there, a lot of sales tips, talking about cold calling, talking about mindset in sales. So that's what I post. The two things that I've seen do really well is if you promote events over there, or you have a tweet with an image, like a GIF or an image. Those are like the top 2 kind of content pieces that I find do really well. Like Twitter's really good for event promoting. People don't realize that, but if you do events, like Twitter's a really great place to promote. They do really well. And then anything with a visual, like a GIF or an image does well. Yeah. Oh, Kevin. Okay, hold on. Okay, Kevin, you can't be sitting down here in the chat, sir, doing this. You need to come on. That's your partner. Yeah, that's your partner in crime, Ronen. What are you doing?
Hey, Josh, this is Eric calling about Falcon. How are you, bud?
Yo, we got one.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Live.
This is Eric from Falcon. Does that ring a bell at all, or am I totally catching you off guard here? Hey, no, absolutely, man. Hey, purpose my call in case you haven't caught the tone. It's a total cold call, so I'd hate to take you away from something a little bit more dire. I avoid those guys with all costs. Cool, man. Well, hey, total relevance right up front. I was talking to Heather Cange over there about some of the kind of movement that you guys are doing behind the scenes over at Phonathon. How you guys are kind of refocusing your outbound notion. Wanted to see if I could pick a brain how it kind of correlates to the enterprise side. Sure. No, I love that. I appreciate the transparency. Yeah, we want to be respectful of time, obviously. And we connected a little bit where she gave us a scope. We had a pending meeting, but everyone's 3 feet under especially during this quarter and these interesting times. So wanted to see if I could pull your eyes onto it. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. Would you actually just kind of cut into the quick? I know we're kind of limited on time on this one, but for brand awareness purposes, would you have any interest in kind of looking at how we monetize, ICP, focus, multi-threading, pipeline health, and kind of see how it would coordinate to your team in enterprise, and then we can kind of circle back around? Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
This is a long conversation. Oh, Eric can hear us. He didn't put us on mute.
Yeah, be careful. He can hear. I think we got to tell him after how to.
Yeah, no, absolutely. For obviously respectful times, you were kind of noting on the processes of like multi-threading and getting downstream on that one. A lot of her relevance and a lot of her, interest was kind of getting more towards how you guys are siloing your data, especially back channel, and how some of the deals are kind of falling off, in that stage 1, stage 2, kind of, let's say, down the funnel. How does that look for you guys in enterprise? Mm, right. Yeah.
My bad.
Right.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that's so funny.
You nailed it on
Dude.
the head.
So
like, especially
funny.
when you bring it into the emotional standpoints.
Well, I'll
between
let you
reps
go,
and
sir.
obviously,
Thanks
like,
for taking the
factual
call
data.
and
I
picking
know
up.
for myself, I'll speak out of turn, but I sit there and I'm like, oh man, I've got a great hold with this guy. These guys and I are in a great cadence, and you kind of allude to the fact of like, man, you can kind of kick it up a nickel and really instill a better platform, especially with the deal sales cycle. So I think that there would be some value. Would you want to kind of circle back around in the next week or two and see if obviously what we had at Falcon kind of aligns with your kind of vision for enterprise, and then maybe even circle Heather into the conversation post? Yeah, sure. Sure, sure. How about I throw something on for next week and I can kind of keep that parlayed so that way we have something to touch base on. And we can obviously move it around as season touch, and then we'll I guess if I can ask for a favor, double hit from both fronts for Heather to get her attention back on it. Oh yeah. All right, sounds good, brother. Hey, thanks so much, man. I'll get that out as soon as possible. Talk to you.
Nice work, Eric. Well done, sir.
God bless it. I love it when they want to talk to you, but then I'm sitting there, I'm like, just cut to the quick, baby. But yeah, got it.
Hey, let's get to it. Did you just book one? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a meeting? Oh, snap. Let's go, sir.
Buddy.
Got one on the board, baby.
All right.
The leaderboard right now. Let's do this. That is the first meeting of the day. We'll take a quick moment. Hey, dude. I mean, get that Reggie license. Get yourself all set up. I'm hyped for it, Eric. Nice work, man. You weren't playing around. You said you were gonna. Cool. Yeah, for top 3 cold callers that have the most meetings on the book today will win a free license to Reggie for a few months. So you'll be able to have a full setup there. So yeah, if you can.
Let's go, Elliot. Come on, baby.
There you go. Dude, that was nice, man. Adam J is going to be very excited about that. I asked
literally 3 questions. It was hysterical. I was kind of surprised about how much information, but I guess the lucky enough is, with Ty's success comes a little bit of brand recognition. So he knew exactly who we are. And he was like, oh that's cool. I've actually heard you guys a little bit. I haven't got, that was actually the first for me to have that kind of recognition right off the bat. So pretty excited.
Yeah, dude, that's killer, man. Yeah, it's always cool when you can get on the phone and they have an idea of who you are and where you're at. That's awesome.
Yeah, usually I'm doing the dance of the whole intro and not the relevancy and that whole fun sounding dance. So yeah, feeling good.
Yeah, especially when when you have such a small window to be getting in a conversation and value, it's really tough when the first 30 seconds to a minute you have to just go through the dance of this is what we do, this is who I am. Like usually when you have that good brand awareness and it's like, oh yeah, I know that company, what's up? It's a huge win. It's very cool to have.
I don't know if you saw by my facial expression, but I was not ready for that answer.
Right? You're like, whoa, okay, cool. He's like, no, I know you. I see you guys everywhere. You're like, oh, all right, cool.
I don't have a talk
track.
The
leaderboard
is. I wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready. It's like when you finally get a pickup after like an hour of dialing, and you're like, I was not ready for that. What? Yeah. You answered?
Yep.
You were on the leaderboard, my friend. Congratulations, everyone. Kudos to Eric showing us how it's done. Our talk time, by the way, on these calls has been incredible. Everybody's having some good, decent calls. But Eric is 90 minutes in, bringing us our first meeting and breaking the ice. So well done, sir. Ooh.
Yeah, buddy.
Good stuff,
Joey.
Eric.
Joey is in the house.
Hello?
Oh.
Hey, Colin. It's Marin calling from Orem. It's spelled O-R-U-M. Do you mind if I tell you why I'm calling and then you can tell me to take a hike if it's not interesting? Awesome. I appreciate that. So like I said, I'm calling from Orem, and we're a new live conversation platform that's helping sales reps get into more phone calls with their prospects. I saw you're a senior business development manager at GridPoint, and I was curious if your BDMs are making any kind of cold calls. Okay. So when you say that you're not doing any calls, you're mostly doing email outreach? Or are you following up inbound leads? Gotcha. No worries. And is there any chance that Robert Calkins is the inside sales manager? Awesome. I will give him a call then. I appreciate your time, Colin. Okay. Have a good one. Bye.
Marin with a strong opener. I love it. Should you just tell me to go take a hike? That's a great way to casually kind of get them to the place of like, sure, go ahead, tell me what it is about. But tell us what happened on that call.
Wrong dude. He is a BDM, but they are mostly doing channel partners. So he said to contact the inside sales team, and that Robert Calkins is my dude.
That's awesome. If I was dialing for Orm and I got the person on the phone after the opener, I'd be like, hey, just out of curiosity here, does your team already make cold calls today? And the person would be like, yes or no. That's a way to qualify it in or out. If they're like, no, be like, okay, this isn't going to be a fit. But then I'd be like, are you guys already able to have 10 to 15 conversations a day?
It's usually how many cold calls are your teams making? What are their KPIs? And then whether or not they're trying to boost those numbers in order to generate more revenue.
Totally. But don't forget, most people have no idea who you are when you're cold calling them, right? So keeping it to like, this is just if I were calling for Orm, here's what I would say is I'd keep it to like really basic stuff that's kind of like catchy. So, oh, my team, are they having 15 conversations a day for each SDR? Like, probably not. And they might say something like, no, we're not. And at that point, I would go in with like, look, I'm not trying to get you or anything with that question. I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but I'm curious if you've ever considered a live conversation platform, basically technology that will allow you to make anywhere up to 10 dials at a time at the same time to increase your likelihood of conversations. Anything like that on your radar?
Mm-hmm. Most of the time we're seeing teams like maximum doing 50 calls a day per rep.
Yeah, that's so common. And so provoke them a little bit and just be like, you can ask a different probing question. It would be like, out of curiosity, does your team make somewhere between like, if I'm guessing 50 to 100 cold calls a day? They'd be like, yes. How'd you know? Well, it's really common. People do that. And do you feel like you're having enough conversations with those calls? Some people might, but most people probably won't. And then that's where you go in with the hook of like, hey, have you ever considered this technology, this thing that would let you have way more calls, way more conversations? I love your opener, though. It's very disarming.
Catches people off guard for sure. Pattern disrupt.
Totally.
That's my favorite. That's what I do too, Marin. Is like, hey, full transparency, I'm cold calling. Do you want to hear why? And then you can hang up on me. And I mean, 9 times out of 10, you get that chuckle. And then you've already like broken down the uncomfortable barrier.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
I love a good pattern disruptor. A good. I did not. No, I stepped away for a quick second, but I would only assume Marin doing an amazing job. No breaks.
I did, but I didn't want to interrupt Marin, and then I couldn't figure out all the right mute buttons at the same time. So my first call was not heard. Sorry.
I keep forgetting to unmute after I get off the call, and then I'm sitting there like making notes, and then I'm like, oh yeah, people.
One tip: don't forget your tone can be a pattern disrupt too, not just your words. So you could be
get excited about Twitter.
You can be super excited like Tom about Twitter. Just be Tom talking about Twitter. Twitter. Like, I love Twitter. Blue check mark.
Whatever, sir. Whatever.
Giving you a hard time. Love it.
Hey, Audrey, you're right though. I'm just
Hey, Audrey, it's Ronen Pessar on a recorded line. How have you been? Oh, I definitely have the wrong number. This is not Audrey, huh? My apologies. I called the wrong number. Let me try that again. Take care. Have a good one.
Nice one, Ronan. That was good. Eric, so if you go up to the tab, the StreamYard tab on your browser, and you right-click it, you can hit mute site. So that'll help you during your call. We'll hear you.
That's the trick. Right-click, mute site. You won't hear us yelling in your ear. I actually like it. It's an added challenge, so I keep it on.
It's almost like I'm in the office, right? I'm sitting there. I'm like, wait, say that again. Can't hear. And just pretend for a minute. But
Brendan, interesting take on cold calling and working in a team with a live stream. Yeah, hop in here, man.
I'm telling y'all, anybody,
get in.
We're all calling. Heidi's here. Shout out to Heidi. Y'all, if you don't know Heidi, follow Heidi. She is
the second smoothest cold caller. The second smoothest.
Oh, she's a beast. Yes. We've got Chet in the house, the sales doctor we had mentioned earlier. Hey, Nate.
Get it. There we go.
Hey, Rita. This is Tom Slocum. I was looking to speak with the co-founder there, Nate Parker. Do I have the right number? That is it. Wrong data there. My apologies. I appreciate you taking the call, but I will update my notes and clean that up. Thank you so much.
Oh, geez. Why am I calling a bunch of investors now?
Boo. So can we talk about, Ronen, why we have a moment here and we've got a couple of dialers in. Let's bring up this topic that is a true hot take, Martin. This is it. You ready? Data is very important. No, vanilla ice cream is fantastic.
Sorry, Tom. Get in there.
Research or no research, right? When you are cold calling, right? You and I both just struck out.
Don't go me like that. Don't go me like that.
Hey, listen.
Hold on. I was muted. I heard something about ice cream.
That was my hot take.
I'm going in with research or no research. That is the question.
Oh, no research. No research.
Yes, let's go.
Oh, Martin. What?
I'm team Martin, no research.
We're no longer friends.
All right.
How do we definition of research?
You should be doing your research when you're building your list.
Yeah, but it depends on your definition, because with layoffs right now, you could put someone in your list last week and you call them next week and they don't work there anymore.
Bingo.
True. So that's when you call and say, and
happened to me today.
Here you get the referral.
Heidi in the comments with the fire answer. Research the persona, not the person. That is an amazing way to put it.
I think for list building, but I'm going to look at someone's profile as I call them to make sure that they're still employed and,
So for me, it's all about timing, right? And trying to navigate multiple screens with my screen reader. And if and when I try and do that, I'm like 10 minutes trying to make a call. So for me, it's better to do it while I'm putting my list together. And then if somebody's not at that, like earlier, I reached out and they're like, no, that person's not here. So I try and get a referral, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Sure.
I would say the other question here is, are you doing live research and not? Ronen,
Well, let's get back to Lydia's point there. Martin, I appreciate your perspective, but Lydia's making a good point too. Like when you're live, can you pull open their profile and do that quick, eyeball profile scan? So Lydia, take us into that. Like, what are you looking for?
I mean, first of all, it kind of helps to look at their picture as I'm talking to them. I don't know why, because I feel like I'm talking to a real person. Kind of makes me feel better. And then also, personally, I'm calling product leaders, and product can mean like a million different things depending on the company. So like this guy I was about to call just now, his VP product management, emerging experiences. I don't know what the hell that means. So I'm probably going to ask him like, hey, dude, you got a pretty cool title. What are you managing on a daily basis? That kind of stuff I can't really get out of my list. So it depends on if my goal for the day is to blow through something that's time sensitive, maybe I'm not going to take as much time, but generally speaking, I want to have as many meaningful conversations as I can, regardless of, the end result. So I'm going to try and leverage what's in front of me.
That's brilliant.
And Tom, for sure.
Oh, Tom, did you get one?
No.
Tom's chomping at the bit here, but Ricky, welcome to the stage, man. Where are you calling in from?
Hey, thanks for having me. It's like technical difficulty. I've been trying to get on here, and I texted Maren.
You're here now. You made it. That's all that matters.
And I made it to the stage. I feel like I'm with some celebrities. It's my first time joining one of these things. I got little kids running around trying to go to school, but I'm calling from Honolulu, Hawaii.
Hey,
I don't know if you guys have been in.
Let's go. It's early there.
Yeah. Behind my kids.
That was the cutest thing ever.
Hi.
That's good. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. This is normally it's my work team, my SDR team meetings, but now I get exposed to hundreds of people. But yeah, no. Hopefully I got new friends in Hawaii, or I'm your newest friend from Hawaii. I live right by Diamond Head in Waikiki.
Nice.
Love the water. That little girl right there was Mia. She's my 7-year-old daughter. Also got a 3-year-old son. And I just got into the tech world about a year ago with Restaurant 365.
Okay.
Real quick, just a accounting software company that we work with over 40,000 restaurants. It's a really cool company to work for. We're not quite IPO, but great company, good peoples, and it led me to meet you guys. And I just really want to continue to network. And thanks for having me, guys. Really appreciate it.
Welcome. Ricky, give us your take. Before you cold call, do you do research or do you do no research?
I think it depends on the day, right? Sometimes you just got to go. I'm a big believer of just do it. Like, it's not rocket science what we do. You get all these people, you get all you guys on your social media going down rabbit holes saying, do this, do that. I mean, I just joined, I'm going to give you a little jab time with a Twitter. I mean, whatever works for you. But at the end of the day, we get paid to make meetings, and most of our meetings are set by making those phone calls. All right, now go. My wife running around here, but yeah. So I'm all about it. Like, even in my team, like, I'll call regardless. I'll call whoever, whenever, even if they're not in sequence or cadence. I think that until I get a meeting, I gotta just do whatever I can.
Greg.
And I guess also my industry might be a little bit differently. I'm
Greg,
working with
Ronen Pessar on
anywhere from a restaurant manager to all the way to CEOs and C-suite level people. So it just depends on the type of people that I'm calling, the personas. Already, I feel like our industry is definitely more call volume heavy. I don't really do very little LinkedIn or email. I think I might have had like 5 meetings booked via LinkedIn this past year. That's just what I'm doing. And I'm also just new to the whole industry, so learning as I'm going. And yeah.
Great attitude, sir. Great attitude to have. We're going to jump in here. I believe Ronan took a quick call, and we'll come right back to
revenue
you.
Goals?
No worries.
Okay, gotcha. So you don't have much of a need because you're mostly focused on expansion with existing customers? That makes a ton of sense. Well, then I'm probably barking up the wrong tree here. But a small world, I just realized. Do you know Garrett Mayers? He was my childhood best friend. We were neighbors. Yeah, small world. So I'm gonna reach out to him and see what's up. I didn't even notice that there was that connection until just now when I'm on your LinkedIn profile, and then I went to the company page and saw that connection. So wow, that is a blast from the past.
There you go.
Makes sense. Yeah, I know he's overseeing biz dev over there, and we caught up a few months back. So I'm reaching out from a company called the Call Guys. We essentially focus on conversation first prospecting, which is utilizing cold calls in order to increase your pipeline. So myself and my partner Kevin, we train on a methodology that increases the conversations that you have with your ideal buyers. But ultimately, it sounds like this isn't something that would fall under your wheelhouse since you're focused on customer expansion. Cool. Yeah, no stress. Well, Greg, good catching up with you either way, and enjoy your weekend. All right, take care. That was hilarious. I'm on his LinkedIn doing exactly what Lydia says. And there on the company page, it says like this guy, Garrett Mayers. I'm like, what? And this is like, was my best friend when I was 3 years old. And so I was like, what the heck? But I pulled all that up. I didn't know research. I didn't know research before. I just called the guy on the list.
I think, you know what? I think Heidi had a good point in the comments. She said that that's not research. That's just kind of a quick check. And I think she's right. Exactly. So again, it comes back to your definition of what research is. I think if someone's in my list, I did my research, but I'm still going to fact check before I pick up the phone.
Why is Heidi not on here? Isn't she the smoothest cold caller according to Josh?
She is just getting warmed up. She doesn't have a lot to call just yet, but she was invited. She was going to come through. She will be at our next one. But yes, she is a bad cold caller. One of the best out there as well. Yeah, research is just more of like, you know, again, the relevancy, understanding.
Persona.
Sorry, Tom. Get it. I'm
This
teasing.
guy. I do all of my research in the shadows. I've told you that, Ronan.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking about like prepping your personas.
I do all my research in the shower.
I got my tablet built into my shower wall. Yeah, I got it built into the wall. I'm scrolling through. I'm just washing my hair, clicking
using Chat GPT to write the intro email.
Yes, and there are some tools that do it, you know, but that do really well with personalization. Humantics AI does it, where they do one-click personalization. Oh man, Colin Mitchell will be here later, calling on behalf of that. You know, Humantics. By the way, I didn't realize Humantics stood for Human Analytics. Blew my mind.
Hey, Daniel, this is Lydia calling with Hypercurrent. How's it going? Oh, apologies. I'll try you back another time. Thanks so much. Bye.
Ooh,
quick and easy.
Lydia. What happened there?
Quick and easy, Lydia.
I think we're stalling for her. What happened, Lydia?
This is really not a good time. He hung up before I could even finish saying I would call you back.
You know what I learned from watching Kevin Hopp and Colin Mitchell cold call these guys? Anytime they get the objection of like, I'm in a meeting, it's not a good time, they just go, no worries, I'll try you later, and they hang up.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, why push back? Like, it's just disrespectful if you don't acknowledge what they just said.
I like
so
that.
I'll call you in a couple hours.
Oh, hey, Matt. It's Marin calling from Orem on a recorded line.
Another one.
Do you mind if I tell you why I'm calling, and then you can tell me to take a hike if it's not interesting?
So nice.
She's amazing.
How does anyone say no to that?
Yeah, I'm calling from Orem. It's spelled ORUM. We're a live conversation platform that's helping sales and business development reps like myself get into more phone calls with their prospects.
That's the way I got you.
I was curious if your BDRs are doing any kind of cold calls right now.
I think this is good. That's a long response.
Awesome. I will definitely reach out to him. I'm so sorry I had you
Boo.
Marin's crushing it though, but that prospect just hard brushed her off.
Amir brings up a good question when she wraps that up.
I will reach out to him, and I appreciate
we need to mention that.
Yes. As part of our sponsorship, shout out again to Orem that Marin is representing.
Marin, hang on, let's give Marin some love.
I remember to unmute you guys this time.
Marin, you're doing your best.
Just shouting you out, and Orem.
Wrong person, Marin.
Wrong person, but gave a referral. So.
Hey, cash that in.
Another undervalued thing that reps do not do enough is ask for referrals or try to get to the right person, or after they have a meeting or do get a good call. Hey, you know anybody else that this might be beneficial to? And see if they know anybody off the top of their head, or come prepared with a referral. Hey, I understand that you might be, not the right person. Like if I called you, Ronan, right? It's like, oh, would Kevin be the person I should speak to?
You're on my do not call list. I've blocked you.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe
Karen will make an appearance today. We should get Karen.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. Amir, to answer your question, because we are streaming this and it will be permanently recorded on LinkedIn, we are saying that it's a recorded line just to make sure that everything is legal, and they know that it is being recorded, because two-way.
It's only because we're live, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys use that? Mary, are you on SalesLoft or are you on Outreach for your dialer? What do you guys?
We go through Outreach and then plugs directly into Orem.
Okay. There was a time period where, even if it was one of those states where we couldn't ask for permission, it would just record only our side of the conversation.
And any of the dialers let you set that up. So basically the one party and two party consent states, there's half the states allow for one party consent, which means you can record them as long as the caller has consented. States that require two-party consent, both people have to agree to the call being recorded. So what a lot of these dialers would do is they'll scrub the other side out of the call. You can't even get the audio. The reason we then say, hey, we're recording this is because that is the disclosure. So technically, and we're also not streaming the other sides of the call for legal reasons. So it's a very common question people get when it comes to dialers and listening to call, even just for coaching, like internally. Like, hey, can I listen back to these? When it comes down to it, the answer is it depends. It depends on where the person's located that you called. And if you told them that they were on a recorded line. That's why with big public companies, you'll hear this line is being recorded for training purposes. It's for that exact reason. They want to disclose it. That said, there was recently, I don't know if you guys are following this, there was a pretty big...
Do you see that guy?
There's pretty big news about... Who is that? Who we got in the house?
Hey, Kelly?
Oh,
is this Kelly?
One.
Oh, I was looking to speak with Kelly Bennett. This is Tom Slocum with the SD Lab. Is Kelly in? Okay. Yeah, that'd be great. It's 480 904 9081. And my name is
Hey, y'all, I got to bounce. I'll try and jump back in later on.
Slocum.
Thanks for joining.
You bet.
Yep. Just let them know. The SD, S is in Sam, D is in dog, and then the word lab. Yeah. I'll shoot him an email, tell him to keep a lookout. I don't say the SD Lab in the subject line to make it easier, but I'll shoot him an email. Do you know when would maybe be a better time today to touch base with him? Perfect. I know he mentioned that. Okay, perfect. I will. I was trying to catch him before he, got the day away and got taken on those trips. But I will try next week. Otherwise, I'll shoot him that email and maybe we can find a time to talk through there. And what was your name again? Lindsay, you were fantastic. Thank you for taking the call and taking down the information. I appreciate it. All righty. See you. You have a good day. Bye-bye. Boo. Lost that one.
Oh, no. Tom, before we get into the breakdown of what happened, we haven't introduced the world to Julie.
No, that's what I wanted to do before I grab that call. Is I would love to give you the stage here, Julie. We're so excited you were able to pop in here, but why don't you give us a rundown on who you are and what you're going to be doing today?
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. It's been a while since I've live cold called. I started with Phonation back in November, and I got on with Kevin Hopp for some live cold calls, and I got my butt handed to me. Like, I was like, what the heck? So I used to think I could cold call on absolutely anything. It didn't really matter what. And I learned the hard way that DevOps isn't necessarily something you can just cold call on anything. I mean, you can, but you just have to know, you know what I mean? Like figure out the questions and stuff. So today, I'm finally dialing it in and finally getting success. And Phlosam's put together a really cool tool, rhymes, and it's an algorithm that helps DevOps teams, Salesforce and Viva DevOps teams, measure their DORA metrics, which determines their efficiency and effectiveness of their Salesforce DevOps process. And it's really awesome because up until now, you had to do a lot of work to get to that number. It's important to get to that number, but it's just a lot of work. And so what I'm calling about today is just trying to talk to people to see if they're interested in checking our tool out and measuring their DORA metrics efficiency and seeing what opportunities they have to get more effective. So that's what I'm calling on. And I've been starting a new cadence, and we're 3 days into the cadence, and they got their first.
Hey, good afternoon, Beth. Could I please speak with Mark?
Awesome, Julie. Oh, we got one.
Well, I just wanted to have a quick conversation with him. We haven't actually spoken yet. I'm with Restaurant 365. We're a software company. Have you heard of us? And I didn't know what would be the best way to follow up with him. I know he's a busy guy, and you guys are growing your brand out.
Jump for a bit. I'll see you this afternoon.
All right, Lydia. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
We'll see you in a bit.
See ya.
Thanks, Lydia.
Okay. Yeah. So we work with 40,000 restaurants. We are a software company that integrates directly into your POS to give you guys better real-time data, help streamline your accounting. We also do payroll, and we have quite a robust system. So anyone in operations, accounting, or IT perhaps. Thank you so much.
Seems like Ricky's getting connected. All right.
Yeah. All right.
Tom, you want to give us the breakdown of what happened on your call?
Yeah. So it was a gatekeeper. So to the question that Tracy brought in, right? Tracy said right here. What do you reply to a gatekeeper that answers, right? So the person answered, she said that he was in back-to-back meetings and he was getting ready to travel on some trips. So next week would be better to get in contact with him, but she did relay the message.
Hey,
As you
Vincent,
saw, I
it's
told her I
Julie
would
calling
shoot
from
an email
Phonation.
over.
You don't have to worry about giving me a call back. I was just following up on an email that I sent you, and I was interested in hearing your thoughts. Look
Hey,
forward to
is
hearing
Kim
from
there?
you soon. Have a good day.
Hey, Daniel. I probably got the wrong number. My name is Tom Slocum with the SD Lab. I'm on a recorded line making some cold calls, and I was actually trying to reach Kim Stifle, the co-founder of Get Repeat.
Sorry, I missed you. I muted you.
Hung up on me as I went into my pitch. They were like, nope, not for me.
Womp womp. That hit. Cool. I got hit with that a few times today.
As you try to tell them, right? Like, and if they're not really the right person, they don't care to let you finish. They just hang up. They're like, oh, no, this isn't for me. It's like, cool, awesome. But back to my point, right, about gatekeepers in that call, right? It was just, she took down the info. I told her I would send an email titled. She got all the info to get a call back. I try my best, and I learned this at my days at Yelp and some of my past jobs, to just act the part, try to build that familiarity with the gatekeeper to kind of let them almost think that you have some relation with the person that you're calling. So I dropped in there like, oh yeah, he had mentioned he was going to be traveling. I was hoping to catch him before he took off, but I'll shoot him an email and see if we can grab that time, just to make it look like, oh, okay, maybe I should push this guy across or, get him in contact. So sometimes I try to do that. But to Tracy, to your point, is she or he expecting you? I typically try not to lie too much. I do tell them it's a cold call, but I, will sometimes be like, yeah, they're expecting my call. Act the part, right? Don't try to, dance around it. What do you do, Ronen? Do you tell them, like, do you play the part of like, hey, yeah, they're expecting my call, or are you just up front and say, no, they're not, I'm cold calling and here's the reason why?
I don't usually get a lot of gatekeepers because I'm calling direct numbers. On the occasion that I do, I have a very specific
it's Julie
approach.
Calling with Flowsome. Don't worry about giving me a call back. I sent you an email, and I'm actually just interested in hearing.
But yeah, what I try to do in those is I have a very specific framework I've learned from a training.
Y'all, I have too many screens going, and so when I go to hang up, I can't find my mouse, and so there's got to be this long pause when they're like, "What is she doing? Is she still there?" I don't know.
But yeah, I try to confirm the person's name. So I'll just be like, if it's a gatekeeper, I'll say, hey, I'm trying to reach Tom Slocum. Is he available? No, he's not available. Okay, hey, no worries. And they go, what is this about? I was like, well, I actually sent him an email reaching out about, and I'll insert like a 3-word value prop, like reaching out about building his SDR team. He'll know what this is about. I have his number and I share the number and I say, is that still the best number for him? And then they go, yeah or no. And then I say, hey, I have his email as tslocum@sdlab.com. Is that still the best email for him? So what I'm doing by saying that with the gatekeepers, I'm building the feeling of familiarity that like I kind of know this person. And then the last thing I do is I try to convert them from a gatekeeper to a tour guide. And the way I do that is I say, look, maybe I'm a bit lost here, but is Tom the person who oversees the sales development team? You know, I have a feeling there might be someone else. Would that be Marin? Any chance Marin oversees the SDR team? And by offering up a name, they usually just confirm or deny it. And sometimes they don't know. But when they say like, yeah, that would be Marin, there's a referral. So then I can call Marin and say, hey, I just spoke to the front desk over at so-and-so's, or I just spoke to the office of Tom Slocum and they told me to talk to you, saying you're overseeing the SDR team.
Yes, could I speak with Ron, please?
Got one.
Oh, do you know when he'll be back by chance? Okay, cool. I'll check with the other line. Thank you.
But my rule of thumb is like try to be extremely transparent. With gatekeepers, it's a slightly different approach. It's like show that you're familiar, that you're not just a total stranger, and then ask them for a name. Say, is this the person?
Yep. By the way, Julie, to mention yours.
A lot of the time, the gatekeeper can give you a lot of great information. So you can be like, oh, hey, like, you know, I bet you can actually answer a lot of the questions that I had for him. Does
bingo?
That's
your
what
SDR team
that's what this person says here.
Yeah,
that's what this
tour
person
guide,
says here.
not a
right?
gatekeeper.
Yeah, like remember, these people have more information. I learned that in Yelp days, especially if you're calling into SMB, right? Small business. A lot of times those gatekeepers are the sister, the relative, the family member. They're helping run that org. Enterprise, not so much, right? You'll start to see those people are not as close to the leaders and stuff like that. But be friends with the gatekeepers, especially if you talk to them often and you do every time you call, you run into this person. They're going to know what the operations are like. They're going to know who else is calling. One trick I used to be like is, hey, are any of my competitors calling? You know, and they'd be like, oh, you know, I'd be like, is these people calling Reach and John too? You know, and they'd be like, oh yeah, we're evaluating that. And so they'll give you that info. But yeah, treat the gatekeepers like your best friend, right? Acknowledge them, have them help you. I try to verify an email or a phone number. So I'll just be like, hey, Marin, you know, why I have you, can you verify his cell number as, you know, 480, blah, blah, blah. And sometimes like I'll mess up a number or mess the email up by a letter just so they'll naturally correct and be like, oh, that's why you're missing them. The phone number is actually 480-904, blah, 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 right? And then you can get that. So it's really good to verify information as well. The other thing I wanted to bring up is Julie is, go ahead.
Well, I had some luck. I'm in enterprise sales and I literally I get dial trees 80% of the time. Even if it says mobile, it's a stinking hidden dial tree. Like every time, it's so frustrating. So I've started dialing the dial tree, you know, and seeing who could I get. And honestly, the other day I got somebody. I was like, what? I got their voicemail, but it was interesting because then I got their extension. So now I don't have to go through the dial tree. Now I can go to the voicemail. So we'll see how it goes. But I don't know if anybody else ever does that, or is that just a waste of time?
I think it can definitely be worthwhile. But what do you guys feel? The voicemail or not the voicemail? I think it just depends, right?
So I think, you know, and this is what I was trying to bring up is where Julie does it. I've preached about this. Ronen, I think, has as well. What we talk about is it's 2023. You know, nobody needs to know your phone number. The transcript is coming out. You don't need to call back. You don't need to do your number twice in the voicemail like you had to in the 90s and the early 2000s. It's really just another touch point. And Kevin mentioned how he loves this technique is, hey, Ronen, it's Tom Slocum with the SD Lab. No need to call me back. Just wanted to let you know I'm shooting you an email titled The SD Lab. You know, if you get a chance, we'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Or just let them know, hey, I just sent you a video over in your LinkedIn DMs. Hope you get a chance to check that out, and I'll give you a call another day. Talk soon. But really just direct them to the next touch point. But you don't need to be like, here's my number, here's while I'm, you know, don't sell in your voicemails. Nobody needs you to sell or pitch in the voicemail. It's just more of kind of just letting them know who you are to that phone number. When I was a VP of sales at Trainio last year, I would get cold calls and I wouldn't know who they were. The ones that I would call back are the folks that left a voicemail, just being like, hey, Tom, it's me. I just tried to reach you, you know, and then I knew when they called again who that person was. And I was more inclined to pick up versus some cold callers who were calling me 3-4 days in a row and were not leaving me a message. They weren't saying anything, and I couldn't do anything with that because I didn't know who it was, right? So I say, especially if you're using a parallel dialer, you can pre-schedule a voicemail to drop. I don't know if you're doing that, Ronen, on Orem right now, but you can, I do. You can put in a voicemail in there, and then it'll auto drop while you're dialing. But if I do get a voicemail, like, Julie, I love your technique. I preach it too. I talk about it.
There's another way to use voicemail. One is pointing them to the email. I've seen that increase open rates by a lot. The other way is to give them a heads up that this I got from Shaniqua Nikki Ivy. She uses voicemail to then basically say, I'm going to text you. So it'll be something like this. Hey, I know it's 2023 and no one really leaves voicemails anymore. So I'm going to send you a text. And if this is something relevant, feel free to text me back and let me know. Otherwise, you can also let me know if it's not. So using the voicemail to give them a heads up that you're going to text them. And then the text you say, hey, I didn't really want to leave the voicemail because, it's not 1995 anymore. So we don't have to do that. But is this, does my name or does my company name ring a bell? Is this anything you're interested in? So you can use it as a way to open up the permission for the text, and then in the text indicate that you didn't want to leave the message via voicemail. Thought text would be easier. Some people are receptive to it. Some people will be like, oh, please don't text me. But it does increase the text as a channel, which usually, like most things, you want to have the thumbs up to use from the person before going into it.
I feel like once that thumbs up is granted and the text channel is open, those are some of like the best relationships that you can build out, or those meetings that you feel so good and confident that they confirmed. Kind of makes you put at ease, right? Because like one thing to book the meeting, but you got to hold your breath until the meeting actually happens. The no-shows can break your heart sometime, which I've had a great month this month. I mean, it's exceptionally well for me. What's like your industry average where you guys are at with your no-show rates?
Got to keep them below like 20% is usually what I say, but it depends on your call process. So usually if you're calling with no context, and I know this is a style that gets taught for some people, especially if you're using a parallel dialer. If you're just calling to book meetings, best example is an outsourced agency. No-show rates will be pretty high. You might even see like 30, 40, even up to 50%. But if you're anything hovering above 20%, you've got a problem if you're internal. And the best way to decrease the no-show rates, increase the show rate, is the way you close your call. So I teach this thing in the boot camp where it's like, we have a 3-step process for closing the call. The first one is you say, hey, I'm just heads up, I'm going to send you this calendar invitation. It's going to have, demo, whatever the name is in it. Keep an eye open for that. Hey, do me a favor. As soon as you see that, can you hit accept to let me know that you've got it and that it didn't end up in spam, or that the time was right and I didn't mess that up? By the way, I'm going to reach out to you about 24 hours before just to confirm again that the time works. Please feel free to be transparent with me. If that time doesn't work, no stress. We can reschedule it. And then just as a heads up, the call is going to be with so-and-so, my account executive, who's going to take you through. He's great. He's a product expert. He'll be able to answer all your questions. So we're really looking forward to it. If you close your cold call with that, confirming the time again, letting them know to accept the invite, letting them know you're going to follow up 24 hours before and they have an out to reschedule if they need, and then who they're going to meet with, that also usually increases the show rate.
There was actually a time where I'd keep them on the phone until they got the invite and have them accept it before I got off the phone.
If you can do that, do that. But sometimes they're on the go.
Yeah, and sometimes you don't want to keep them on the phone like that. But for sure, all those things. I like to use the line, I truly value your time, and I want to make best use of it. I want to lock this in on our calendar. So when you get that email, could you do me a favor and just go ahead and click accept, because I value your time. I mean, both of our times, but try to spin a little bit like that.
Absolutely. And hey, Sophie and Sandy, we got you both in the room.
How's it going?
Hi, guys.
Sophie, where are you calling in from?
Well, I'm a BDR at Samara, and I'm calling from Honduras.
What? Nice. We're getting international around here, y'all.
Yeah.
International.
And as long as your internet's working good, is it pretty easy? Like phone call, you don't have any connection issues talking to people on the mainland US? I want to travel down there. That's why I ask. So
Actually, no. I mean, the internet is pretty good. Like you can go to, I mean, if you're traveling, you can go to any coffee shop, and it's amazing. I mean, we have everything here.
Well,
Samara is awesome. You guys are amazing. I'm serious. I got to spend some time with y'all, and it's just the energy that team has blows my mind every time. And Cynthia, just wow.
Yeah, Cynthia is the best.
I can't say enough about Cynthia and your whole team, Sophie. Thank you for being here with us and jumping in and co-calling on behalf of Samara. But yeah, y'all are a squad out there, right? Taking over LinkedIn. We see y'all. Did you see Cynthia's social experiment she did the other day where she gave out cookies for email templates? That was crowdsourced some fresh new email templates for the team in exchange for some cookies. It was epic. I was like, what an experiment.
Great. Actually, we got some really cool email templates. We were taking a look at them the other day.
It's awesome.
I mean, to be fair, I would do a lot more than write an email for some Grove cookies. So.
And we also have a Mr. Sandy Sommer joining us here. Sandy, what's going on?
How you doing, man?
Great to see you. I love the background. Tell everyone where you're dialing in from.
New Orleans, Louisiana.
Nolens. Did I do it right?
Yeah, about 80 degrees here today. Sunny. It's nice.
Jealous.
That's awesome. Well, then why the Statue of Liberty New York background?
I don't know. Who knows?
Looks good.
Got to keep people guessing, you know.
And where are you dialing from? Tell us a little bit about Rightbound.
Well, I am with Rightbound. I've been with Rightbound for a year now, thanks to Tom Slocum. Actually, I talked to Ronan. I talked to you like the day before I started, I think, too.
Yep.
And but we have a platform that is AI driven, and it helps reduce the amount of time that teams have to spend doing research and having 1,000 tabs open and just getting confused like I do, and allows people just to spend time acting as humans and engaged with people they're talking to and not having to spend time doing all that work that nobody really likes doing.
It's awesome. Well, welcome to the stage. We're thrilled that you're here.
Hey, John, it's Marin calling from Orem on a recorded line. They keeping you busy today?
Got one.
Ooh. Get him.
Yeah, I'm calling from Orem. It's spelled O-R-U-M. Any chance you'd let me tell you why I'm calling, and then you can tell me to take a hike if you aren't interested? That's okay. I was hoping to talk to you about your business development team. Totally good if you're out right now. Is there a better time I could call back? Awesome. Does Monday afternoon work? Awesome. I'll shoot you an email. Thanks, John. Bye. I'm back.
I'm back. There you go. There it is.
I'm dialing
all right,
now.
So, all right, Sandy. Sandy, FYI to you and Sophie, the StreamYard tab on your browser, if you right-click on it when you get a call, you can click mute site, and that will silence us, and we can still hear you while you do your call. So if we're talking and you do get that call, just hop up there, right-click on it, hit mute site, do your call, and then unmute when you come back.
Okay.
So brings us to this question from Mario. What tools do you use or recommend for the SDR workflow, from defining sequences to making calls and follow-up? I would assume this is like an engagement platform question, right, Ronan? Like this is around like how to manage like an SAP, to defining those sequences, to finding the cadence and all of that. Is that how you take it?
Yeah, I mean, sure, it sounds like it. I think the thing here is like, it always depends on your company stage, how big your TAM is, and what your goals are. So ultimately, like if you've got a large market to get after, you want technology that can support large volume outreach. But yeah, it's a good question. I'm sure everyone here has their stack preferences.
Hey, I mean, I'll drop them all, right? There's Apollo, there's Outplay, there is Outreach, there's Sales Loft, there's Close.io, there are What are some other ones?
Orem.
Whitebound is similar to that. Orem doesn't do that.
Oh.
Tom's just listening to SCPs.
I'm like trying to answer emails and listen at the same time.
Yes. There you go. For the SCP game, right? You've got Outplay, you've got Outreach, you've got Sales Loft, you've got Apollo. There's some really good ones out there, but you can use those to define those sequences. Again, like Julie had mentioned, when we're researching based on persona, you can throw those into different sequences, right? When you do search a lead, if it's a VP, if it's an individual contributor, or it's a decision maker. But those are the tools that you look at, right? To amplify and scale your outreach. There's a few folks that'll be in here today that manually dial, right? They don't have that option where a lot of us are able to crank out our dials in our engagement platform, do it at scale.
Yeah.
You come in the day and it says
And
you got 100 tasks for the day, and you just got to.
That's why it always depends.
Yeah.
Because like some people don't need any tech. You can just use your good old phone. Because if you're calling medical offices, you guarantee a pickup every time you call. They have to pick up. So if you sell to medical offices, you're going to basically have a near 100% connect rate during business hours. So it just depends on like what your market is. But typical stack includes like a CRM, a sales engagement platform. I highly recommend putting a dialer like Orem on top of that to be able to get through faster. And then you're going to want clean data. And that's the hard one too, is like, where do you get your data from? But hey, while we were talking about that stuff, we got
Mr. Sandy Summer
Mark
right
Mack.
down. You're on a recorded line. Just to be totally transparent with you, this is a cold call.
Hold on, Mark. You lose it, Sandy?
Yeah, he hung up on me.
All right. Fair enough. All right, Mr. Godfather of
Mark
cold
Mack in the
himself.
house.
What's up, guys? What's going on?
What's going on?
Yeah,
Mr.
I was saying in the chat, like when somebody asks like a question like that, and it's all good because, obviously it's great to see so many people just starting their career or starting to build something. There's just so much to unpack, right? I mean, you almost even said that, Ronen, right? Because it's like, okay, there's dialers, there's this. It's like, what is your ICP? Who are you really going after? What is the problem? I mean, there's just so much to unpack that will dictate potentially what you use or not use at all, right? Like, like you said, some people could just be using a phone. I mean, I'll tell you, after all these years now so far of using a dialer, I mean, I've been on like Connected Cell. First time I used Connected Cell was May of 2020. And so like, it's been almost 3 years, right? And I love sometimes making the call from the phone because it probably is going to come up with my name also, which is interesting. And because you make so many calls, like your regular cell phone is probably not going to get spammed out.
Right. Good point. It's registered nowadays, right? That caller ID comes up. You're able to call it directly from your phone.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, look, I think it's weird because everybody started using dialers, right? Or not everybody, but people started using dialers, and the dialer companies were like, oh, let's put, let's do this localized thing so that the numbers that come up will be local to the number you're calling. Well, guess what, guys? I don't know if you know this, or I don't know if you figured this out, but what's really actually interesting about that, while they pick up, they think it's something local, like their kid's school, their doctor, or whatever. And a lot of times they're actually waiting for that call, right? For some reason. And so they're always like, oh, I thought you, I've never heard so many, I thought you were somebody else. I thought this was my kid's school. I thought this was, a plumber in my house right now. I mean, more so than anything using the localized. So, sometimes
the local dialer thing is a really good call, Mark, because what that's doing is for a lot of new callers, you're not aware that you're triggering that oh shit moment where people are like, who is this? Do I need to answer? This is my kid's school? Is it the doctor? Is it like, and then if you're calling executives or CEOs, they're taking calls all the time from random people. A lot of times it's with potential employees, like talent that they want to meet, because early stage founders like want to talk to everybody. So they might answer all sorts of unknown numbers. And that is the biggest challenge to get over in the first 3 to 5 seconds, is like helping them place exactly who you are and what the point of the call is.
Yeah. That's why I immediately say, we don't know each other, but I'm calling for a specific reason.
Nice.
Like, I don't know, like I've been re-listening to your recent post that you posted with the with your approach or whatever. Yeah, the cold call, Ronan, and I mean, it's you hope every call goes that way, right? But it's like you never know, like how people are going to respond or how they're going to react. I mean, laughing, for me, I've always been in agreement with that. Like if you can get them to chuckle or laugh a little bit, you break those barriers down. But it's hard because, like you say, oh, the person picks up and then they're scared. They think it's like somebody from their kid's school or whatever. And so you have to figure out quickly how to pivot from there. And
Bingo,
keep the call going.
That's exactly it. Oh man! And while we were listening,
we got a full house. Look at this. We are blowing up, sir. We did. We've got Megan in the house. We've got Nick in the house, and so we'll give them a quick moment. Megan, I'm going to start with you and bring you up if you want to let us know who you are, what you're doing, and who you're going to be calling today.
Hey everyone, I'm Megan. I'm the senior leader of SDRs over at Restaurant 365. I actually am not dialing right now because I've just been sitting building up dashboards and cheering on my team. But Ricky actually is one of my SDRs here, and I am here supporting him and wanted to jump in and kind of just give some support.
What a cool leader. Shout out to you. That is so cool. Jump in here, hang with us, right? Show him some support. We love y'all being here with us today. Coach, have fun. It's always fun to build dashboards. Are you building them in Salesforce or where are you building them?
Yeah, I've been just finished up building up in Salesforce. We're actually 26 meetings away from reaching our quarterly goal for the quarter, and so been doing a lot of hyping up and getting crazy. So 26 calls away.
Everybody, if you don't know Restaurant 365, hit their website, throw in some demo requests. Hook a call up with Ricky. We're ready to go. 26, that ain't bad.
Megan and me. Megan can be your leader. We have a lot of fun on our team, and what's cool is like,
nice.
It really does seem like that family vibe, and I don't know. We're always making jokes and stuff. I think it's really important the people that you work with that helps it because you don't want to just live just to work, right?
For sure.
That's where we put on this event,
And we're 100% remote. I'm not sure if Ricky shared. We're 100% remote, which is really cool because we officially have reps. I think the last time I counted was about 12 or 13 states, including Ricky, who's all the way in Hawaii. And so it's really cool for us to have such a wide. I mean, we have people basically starting at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, going until midnight at night sometimes. And so we are constantly using Slack to just create as much hype energy as we possibly can.
It's 8 o'clock in the morning, right, Rich?
Yeah, it's crazy. I start my days about 4 a.m., but I'm done by 1:32. I used to surf sunrise.
Cool.
When the waves were good, I would go surf early, but now I'm cold calling people.
I was just gonna ask if you catch the waves.
I do. I love surfing. That's what I moved here.
Hey Josh, it's Marin calling from Orem.
2 suitcases. I didn't know anybody.
You busy today?
No, man.
Hold on, we got a live one.
Oh, no worries. I am so sorry about that. I will stop bothering you, but I hope you have a great rest of your day.
There you go.
Have a good one. Bye.
All right. Megan, by the way, if you are hiring, feel free to let us know. We've got Logan McCade in the chat here. He is looking. So if you guys are hiring Ricky, if you get a referral bonus, connect with Logan, see if he can get you in with you guys. But Logan, the best way to get in front of her is get her a meeting. They're 26 short. Go book a meeting for Restaurant 365 and send it Megan's way.
So I could attest that Megan is the real deal because she was on my show this morning, by the way.
What?
And she's awesome. She's incredible. My boy Billy Belleville used to work for her and shouted her praises. So she's definitely a great gal to work for. Very similar kind of vibe I got from her. I get from Cynthia Handel from Samara. So if you want to work with some rock star ladies, she's definitely one of them. And that's my take on that.
That's the reason why I'm here is I was inspired by her getting on a podcast. I'm like, if my manager is getting on a podcast, I got to show some love to the rest of the community. And growth comes when you get outside the comfort zone, right? So I feel super awkward, but I'm really happy to be here. And thanks for having.
Hell yeah. And we also got Nick in the house here. Do we get a chance to introduce Nick yet?
Not yet.
We have not. Nick.
What's
going on, sir? Girl dad and all. Tell us all about it, my friend.
Oh my goodness, how much time do you have for girl dad stories? But no, I have 3 girls. 14, 18 and 20. So that's like my other
Oh
full-time
my
job.
God, Nick. Wow. That's a full-time job in itself, right?
Yes, but no, I'm a senior SDR over at People Data Labs, and I'm not gonna lie, I suck at cold calling. So I wanted to jump on this and just do it scared, and hopefully get better at it, and listen to all you awesome people, and do better.
Oh yeah, well, way to show up and lean into the fear there. Practice makes perfect. The more you do it, the better you get.
That's it. And, you guys have opened us up to exactly why we're here, right? So I'm going to take a quick moment just to plug everything, right? While we get some calls in the lab. But that's what we do this for. It's end of quarter. We're all pushing together, and it's fun to come together as a community and, lift one another up. This is a safe zone. We're all having fun. We're learning. We're growing. There's no bad calls here, right? We're going to strike out. We're going to have some fun. And we're going to close some meetings and show people cold calling is still very well alive. Again, we're doing some giveaways, so I just want to share that one more time. If you guys haven't, for those who are tuning in and coming back into this, we do have some prizes coming out. So make sure you're tagging these companies. That's why you probably see everybody jumping in here, tagging them. We've got Orem, Splice Video, SD Lab, my own, Lead Magic, and Aware. So again, tag those in. Here in about an hour, we're going to do our first giveaway. And then we are going to do another one later this afternoon. So we've got some killer prizes from these folks. Mark Mack even has a prize here as well. So tag them, you'll get entered, and we'll do some drawings for those here shortly. But just make sure you're tagging those companies. But other than that, we're just making live cold calls. We're sitting here together, right? We got the whole panel, and hopefully we'll get some calls. Mark, are you dialing? You ripping some dials, Mr. Godfather? Yes. Good times. We are all making some dials. What questions do we have? Anybody got some questions? Let's see what we got. What do we have here? Out of curiosity, for her reps that are late at night or up to midnight, do they find prospects or do they have a list of prospects that are in a different time zone? So Megan, I believe that's a question for you. As to, because you have everybody all over the country, different states, how are they calling different territories outside of where they live?
So we have reps. We cover the entire United States. We do not deliver lead lists. We actually allow complete, I guess you would say, prospecting focus. So if we have reps, in different states, they're probably calling into those states similar to them or time zones similar to them. But what's great is that we don't have territories as a team either. So you have teams, on the West Coast who could be calling the East Coast and finding times that work best for them. It just actually allows for, if you know anything about the restaurant industry, probably calling at, lunchtime is not ideal, or calling after 5 o'clock is not ideal, right? So our call windows are really brief. They're about from 9:30 in the morning till about 11:30 in the morning, and then from 2 to 4, 4:30. So for us to get the maximum amount of time and spread ourselves out, it's actually best for our reps to have kind of prospects in all different territories and different time zones, so that they're able to be constantly, okay, cool, it's now my time block for the East Coast. It's now my time block for the West Coast. And that's really how we maximize our prospects, I guess you would say.
Nice. Yeah, we used to have a place that I used to work at. We would be able to call from like 5 in the morning till like 9 o'clock at night. And by like 4 in the afternoon, we switch over and start calling like Australia and stuff, and start being able to hit those territories because they were just waking up and coming around. And then in the morning, we were hitting like the UK and the East Coast from like 5 to 10 a.m. It's nice when you have an opportunity to work around, all kind of different places.
I know you don't miss that though.
I don't.
Dude.
So this company got into, so I'll share the story, is every last week of the month, we would work from 5 a.m. to midnight as an entire company. They would provide lunch, dinner, and breakfast, and we would be there from 5 a.m. to 12 a.m. pushing for the last week of the month to bring in numbers for the sales reps. Ended up being a big problem, as everybody can probably tell. It ended up causing some legality problems, and they got into kind of some hot water with it. But yeah, we were expected to be there, everybody, the whole sales floor, the SDRs and AEs, from 5 a.m. to midnight. And we would call everything and anything that we could, booking meetings, trying to get those deals in. But yeah, it was hard, Mark. It was not something I miss anymore. When I think about those days, I'm like, how did we do that? You'd have people sneaking out of the building, you know, to go be with their kids or get out of there. It was crazy.
Did you make tons of money though at that time? I'm just curious.
Hey,
Did
Gene.
you make majority of your
This
money?
is Tom Slocum over at the SD Lab. How are you? Good. You are on a recorded line. I'm giving you a cold call here. I noticed that you are the co-founder and CEO of Dogpatch Technology. Is that right? Awesome. Yeah, it looks like what you guys do is some digital marketing strategy and product management. And I was just curious, do you have right now an outbound team that is going out and finding new business for you guys, or are you relying on inbound? Got it. Okay. Not totally understand. You know, small team, right? Only got a few squad. So you're just testing it out right now. Is that it? It's just like a proof of concept for the moment on, you know, building out that motion. Got it. Yeah. How are you, you know, are you seeing challenges in the outbound, right? You forgot the 3 reps. Are they, you know, having issues in, you know, generating positive replies? Are they seeing some struggles in, you know, cold calling at all? Gotcha. Yeah, data is always the number one factor, right? Trying to get those phone numbers. I'm actually live cold calling today, and I've had like 2 or 3 phone calls where it hasn't been the right person. That's why I wanted to verify with you that I had it, right? Because it can be challenging to get that data, and it can't be affording those losses when you're trying to be super intentional with the team and have them connect with the right people, right? Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, it's just different, right? It's challenging more than it has been. So that's why I'm calling. I'm a sales consultant with the SD Lab, where I help folks through people, process, and tech optimize or scale their outbound motion and what they're doing with their squad now. And so, you know, I reached out. I wanted to see what you guys are doing in outbound and where you might be needing the most assistance. And so do you have time next week where we can chat for like 30 minutes? Because I'd love to just get under the hood, see what you're doing, see how the team's doing. We can talk about some tech stack stuff. I have some connections with some data providers. We can cover, you know, how we're doing that, finding you new leads for the business, right? Like, how do you dig in and find the intent data on folks that might be, you know, bringing a mobile app design? They're looking at a marketing strategy. I think there could be an opportunity for us to even work together in some capacity in what you're doing, right? Because you're doing a lot of things with mobile application design, the user experience research. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's Tuesday work. Okay. Morning or afternoon? Afternoon works. I've got a 1 p.m. Pacific or a 3 p.m. Pacific. Okay, 3 p.m. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we'll just talk about it. I want to see how you guys are, you know, doing some outreach. We can get under the hood. We'll do like an audit, right? I just want to hear more about what you guys are doing, how the team is working. You said you want to go to 2 or 3 more folks, right? Grow that to a 6-person team soon. So I'd love to kind of talk about that. I can give you some referrals to some people in my network looking for jobs. But we can go over playbook design. I think, you know, helping. Do you have a playbook right now for the team? Like, if you were to bring in these 3 hires, do you have something for them to get off the ground quickly? Okay. Yeah, most people don't. They have a problem area. You know, you've just been running and gunning and doing what you do, coach these folks, but, you know, having that resource on standby for them to have, you know, the buyer personas, the messaging, the call scripts, you know, the resources to send out based on, you know, your solutions and, you know, what are those discovery questions you want them asking? All that stuff for, you know, them to have that outbound playbook definitely makes a difference. So I'd love to show you how we could do that, maybe even build it with you. I offer that as a service. So yeah, I think there's an opportunity here. If you're good with sparing 30 minutes, we can chat about it more. I'm going to send you a follow-up email that'll give you some idea of SD Lab, what I offer, who I am, and then we'll set that call up for Tuesday at 3 o'clock. Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. Awesome. All right, Gene. Well, it was a pleasure talking with you. Thank you for taking the time and taking a cold call and kind of just being open about your business. I will send that invite over with a full agenda, and then I will send a second email that'll just give you some resources on me. And then I look forward to talking to you on Tuesday. Awesome. All righty. Talk to you soon. Thanks so much and have a great week.
Way to go.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm back. Oh, that was so sloppy, y'all. I don't even want to know. I'll have to watch the recording back. But that was good. Her name was Jean. Got a 3-person SDR team looking to grow to 6. Doesn't have a playbook, doesn't have some things set up, but it's going to take a call on Tuesday for us to chat about it for about 30 minutes. Score. I got to come for Eric. Eric's got the leaderboard right now.
I had one that's gonna do our trial at least, so not a demo, but progress.
Hey, you know what? PLG, right? PLG motion right there.
I'm sorry. What's this
small wins
leaderboard? Where is this?
The leaderboard, Mark? Come on. We got the leaderboard up. So we've got a leaderboard. We're tracking everybody that books meetings. So if you get one, let me know. I'm going to drop it in a chat right now. Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was like, am I missing something? Where is it?
No, so it's thesdlab.com/leaderboard. I'm going to drop it on the chat as well for everybody. But we're going to go there so you're able to track who's leading the day. Right now, Eric was the only one to get a full meeting booked thus far. And then I just snagged that one with Gene, so I'm going to update that. But let us know as you get meetings, and we'll throw it up there. The top 3 cold callers today, shout out to Reggie.ai. The top 3 cold callers of the day are going to get a license to Reggie. So they're going to give that out. Eric? So it's going to be really cool. Eric was here and then had to go. He was here and then had to dip for a little bit. Yeah, he was here this morning.
I'm like, I was trying to find that thing like on Zoom where you can spread it out, like the grid, and I was thinking I wasn't being able to see him. I wanted to see that dude. He's in. He works for Falcon, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he is over there with the Falcon team. He was here for a little bit. He should be back. All right. Who else? Anyone else book one yet?
Tom, I just had this call. The girl was like totally into it, but she's like, my boss does not believe in technology.
How dare that? What?
I was just like, what?
How do you do your job? How do you do your job?
That's what I said.
Oh, man. Here's a good question. Tech is such a problem. Some people get way too into it and it cripples what they do, and then others aren't into it enough, right? It's a fine line. Here's a question for the group. What's the most important thing for an SDR to learn or do in their first 30 days? So Sandy, breathe. Right? You went through that research. That's a good one, Mark. Breathe. Who wants to take it?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think, the first 30 days is about learning. I think, really what you just, well, besides learning everybody's name, no, I think you just want to learn, how people like to communicate in your organization, meaning that, get comfortable with using Slack if you think that's appropriate, get comfortable with, ask your boss, could I just hit you up via text or whatever during the course of the day? How do I if I have a problem with, these are the kinds of questions I'd ask. If I have a problem with my tech, who do I call? And then that person, it's like, do you prefer Slack? Do you have a specific process? It's about really learning SOP, right? Like, how do I do things? I mean, that's like, I would assume like even just the first 5 days is like, how do I do this? And how do I do that? And nothing is a wrong answer, a bad question, right? Because not every company does it exactly the same, and I think that's really the key, is like just being resourceful, right? Because if you know who to go to exactly for what, then you're not going to lose time anywhere. you know, and that's the worst. Like I remember being in an organization and it was like, oh, send an email to this person, and then you call that person and they're like, oh, I think you got to send an email to that person. Oh, okay. Like just get those things defined, and make sure you understand that. And I think that that your first like 10 business days will be very effective once you learn all those things.
100%, right? Is learning the team, learning who to go to for what is a superpower within your org. I did it everywhere I went as an SDR, right? Like you start to learn and you start to become that trusted source with the team too, because somebody will come up and be like, hey, I need this. And you're like, oh, go talk to so-and-so. They do that, or you're able to connect and kind of know. So don't be hesitant to get to know your internal teams, right? Talk to everybody, kind of find out who's who, and learn from it. You know?
Yeah, because I mean, you're not going to perfect your pitch in the first week. You're not going to figure out exactly what the problem they solve. You're not going to figure out who's the perfect ICP. I mean, what I was offering there was things you could actually accomplish in the first 30 days.
Right. So. Yeah, the stuff you can control, right? That's actually stuff that you can actually do, right? The first 30 days, be super forgiving on yourself. Like Mark initially said, just breathe, right? And just fail hard and fail fast, right? Get out there, learn some stuff, kind of learn the team, and then just rip the Band-Aid and start trying to just learn as much as you can and practice.
I was going to add on, maybe reach out to anyone that's been successful on the team, anyone that's been there maybe 6 to 12 months, and ask them what's been working for them, ask them what their day looks like. Really try to develop a good routine, and you want to get into good habits. I think also that book, Fanatical Prospecting by Jeb Blunt, was such a great book. I love that book. And then Never Split the Difference with Chris Voss. Those are two books that I think any entry-level SDR, you know, you're just kind of eager and you're hungry and you want to make success, but success doesn't happen overnight. It's a whole process. And in the first 30 days, you can't do anything but be a sponge, breathe, and get ready for the journey. More or less get motivated to know it's going to take months, years to develop into a sales career. But like just starting and having that curiosity mind will help us continue the journey.
Fall in love with the process, right? Fall in love with the process and the journey, right? Like you look at the greatest athletes in the world, or some of the top in their game, right? In these industries and things, they're obsessed. They just love what they do. They don't care about the other stuff. They're not trying to be the best. Like they're just super obsessed with just loving the game, right? And so when you can fall in love with that in your first 30 days of just really enjoying what you sell, learning to understand your buyers. That's why I tell SDRs and people, when you go find a company, find a space that you love. Don't worry about the company, right? Like find your top companies, but find a space that you love to be in, right? That you can talk about forever. That, you know, really excites you. For me, that's like SEO stuff. Like anything around SEO is like a lot of where my jobs were, because I just love the internet. And I was already in those groups. I was already in understanding that world, that when I joined those jobs, it was easy to get off the ground running because I could just talk to my persona just freely, right? Just having a good time. And that's, you know, just enjoy all of that. And that's way the ups and downs, the highs and lows, the trying to figure out your pitch, trying to do all this stuff doesn't really bother you because you just love what you're doing.
I mean, we have new hires like crazy right now. I have 4 new hires that are starting just Monday, and I have a new hire that started 2 weeks ago and a new hire that started a couple weeks ago. And in that first 30 days, we have constant new hires. For us, my thing is be a sponge. Like literally there is, if you can sit in on a call, if you can sit in and listen to anything, if you can break down calls with your manager, like be a sponge as much as physically possible, because every single person on your team is going to do things just a little bit different, and your voice is going to be just a little bit different too. But you might pick apart and say, oh, I really like how this person did this and this person did this and this person did this, and that's how I'm going to build, you know, my structure. And then on top of that, for us, and it's funny because it's the same conversation Mark and I had this morning on the podcast, is be like coachable in the sense of take as much information as you can and go, okay, cool, I'm going to make small tweaks, right? Don't think you have to throw it all away and start from scratch. Build what you've got and then quickly tweak it every single day a little bit different, right? It goes back to what you said, the professional athlete, right? As a basketball player, they don't go, okay, my free throw shot is terrible. I'm just going to never throw it again, or I'm going to switch to my left hand instead of my right hand. No, it's like, okay, I'm going to bend my wrist slightly different. I'm going to move my hand more to this section of the ball. I'm going to bend my knees more. It's small tweaks that allow you to get to where you're at. And then I love the fail hard and fail fast. We have a thing we jokingly call it batting cages now, where it's like you get basically 2 weeks to try into smaller, you're like, hey, cool, it's okay if you fall on your face, and we're going to just review those calls and we're going to try them out again. And then what's great is that after that, you're going to go and learn and do new things. But every single call you make is a learning opportunity, from the first call you make until your 400th and billionth call, and you've been doing it for 20 years.
100%. It's my favorite motto is fail hard, fail fast, right? Because it encourages you to, I started SD Lab 6 months ago, my own company. The first 30 to 45 days, I took every single call I could, and all I did was, fail as quick and easy as possible, right? I embraced it because it allowed me to get to where I needed to be, right? I understood my buyer persona better. I understood what was resonating with them because I failed fast, right? I wanted to rip that Band-Aid. You see a lot of SDRs ease into it. They're too scared to jump on the phone right away. But the only way you're going to figure it out or understand where you need to improve is by doing it. It's okay. You're going to lose a few, but in the process, you're going to get better, right? So Ronen, what happened with you and the call guys, right? You started a couple of months back now. I assume those first few phone calls to where you are now are lightning different, right?
Totally, yeah. I mean, whether it's starting a new business or starting as an SDR, there's still some rules of thumb that are true. Early days are going to be very explorative and you're learning things. And then as you find your niche, you find your groove and your process that works, you stick to the things that work. I think one of the biggest mistakes I see, though, with SDR onboarding is building up this resistance towards cold calling outreach because you're not getting on the phone soon enough. Honestly, I've voiced this many times online, but if you're not getting an SDR on the phone by day 3, it's too late. I know people who do it in the interview process. And here's what I mean, and here's what I don't mean. I mean, like, this is a time to get the SDR experience so that the learning, the onboarding actually resonates and makes sense, because you can't learn without trying something. Experience is the mother of all education. So if you get them on the phone and they're struggling, then you talk about the parts of what they were struggling about, and it will make more sense. You can actually get into the details there of like, oh, you know how you got this objection? Next time you get it, here's how you handle it. Let's listen to your recording. The opener, you just blew right through getting permission if you go with a permission-based opener. Or on the close, hey, you forgot to ask for time. That'll make all the onboarding education and content that people typically go through when it comes to cold calling, emailing, prospecting so much more relevant, because they'll have hard personal experience in their mind that's recent that they can continue to learn from. So my approach was always get them on the phone for sure during that first week, but that is surrounded by classroom typical onboarding, like classroom setting education. So I think when you pair them together, it makes for a very powerful combo that shortens that learning curve for any new hire.
The man, the myth, the legend himself, dropping bombs. I like it. As Amir asked you, you had a nice cup. He was wondering, are you rolling any dice in there?
Amir, where did you come from? This is like left field. I think Amir's favorite question, because he's always one to chime in with a little bit of a punchy question there. He likes to ask me if I like to roll the dice.
Here's another good one from Tracy while we wait on some dials here and some calls. What are some common mistakes that beginner SDRs do the first 30 to 90 days? I think you hit on a good one, Ronen. They take too long to get on the phones, right?
Yeah,
that's the number one mistake.
It builds that fear of the phone. If you're just waiting and waiting and waiting, you're propping up the phone on this pedestal that, like, this level that you'll never reach. You'll never quite. It'll seem more and more terrifying. Just rip the Band-Aid off, get on there, and it's not that bad. The other mistake I see people overdoing it with product knowledge, competition knowledge, overdoing it with, like, you don't need a lot to be a good cold caller. You don't need a lot to generate appointments. You really do not. In fact, there's something called curse of knowledge. Curse of knowledge is once you've learned too much about a company, you go the other way. That's like, how do I actually convey something in simple 5th grade language, English, something that anyone could understand? Most people know too much about their product. And then when they get on the phone or they're on an email, they're talking to someone as an SDR, they're confusing them because they're using too much technical information. They have too much knowledge. So look, and I know this is a little bit tongue in cheek, but I'm fairly confident that 90 to 95% of the SDRs out there could probably successfully get on the phone within the first week and start generating appointments that week.
Yep. I couldn't agree more, Ronan. It's so funny because I have the conversation all the time.
Or I'm on a recorded line. Been keeping you busy today?
And Marin's just like, y'all, stop talking. I'm going to put up.
My name is Marin. I'm calling from my company called Orum. It's spelled O-R-U-M. I know you're in the middle of the workday. I was actually calling regarding your business development team. Any chance you'd let me tell you why I'm calling and then you can hang up? Oh, for sure. So I was honestly just wanting to introduce Orem. We're a live conversation platform that's helping sales reps get into more phone calls with their prospects, kind of like I am now. And I was curious if your team is doing any kind of outbound calls. And if not, then and NMI, and you said that they fall under, or that your SDRs report to marketing, correct? Awesome. Yep, it's ORUM. And our website is just orum.com. So. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I'll actually loop in partnerships when I send you an email here in a second. I think that there's definitely something we could explore there. The email that I had on file for you is naomi.mastra@nmi.com. Is that correct? Awesome. I'll send some info over to you right now. I super appreciate you forwarding that to the correct people, and we can get a conversation going between us. Yep. Yeah. So it is SaaS product. We do on normally 12-month contracts. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Lauren. Hey, is this Lauren? Oh no, did This is Chris, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, looks like I got the wrong number. I was trying to reach Lauren at Ledger Investing. Okay, let me try.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool.
Close it. Close it. Would it be
Awesome.
totally crazy if we
Yeah,
found
I'll
30
start
minutes
the
next
email
week?
thread right now. Would you be horribly opposed to possibly just hopping on and
There it is.
actually seeing how Orem works? I can do some live cold calls for you, just so that you get a full understanding of our product.
So I'm pretty sure Marin has me on mute, so I hope to not be distracting her. But that's called
I'm
going for
currently in
no.
Oklahoma City. I'm from Salt Lake, though, hence the number.
Sorry, I thought I was talking to you, Ronan. No, I think she's muted. I think she's good. She can't hear.
So she
but she better
she
bring
just
us
did
home.
something there that's very noteworthy. She went for no. Would it be horribly insane or terribly crazy if we found 30 minutes? You want to use the path of least resistance where someone goes, no, it's not terribly crazy, because we like saying no.
I say sound fair. I say, hey, Ronan, is it cool? Or, does it sound? Or hey, can we meet? Next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Does that sound fair? And most of them will be like, hey, that's fair enough. That's fair.
Totally. And then let's see if she
Okay,
closes
very
it.
cool. Yeah, I know that you guys were at one point evaluating.
Okay, I was looking for
Connect and Sell
Karan
and Concert
Ramini.
for the same reason.
It's not right.
But I will send you
Alright,
that
brother, thank
email.
you.
I would love to connect with Omar. And if you have any time tomorrow, again, I'd just love to show you Orem so that you can have a full understanding of it. I have some time tomorrow, like around noon your time, if that might be. Okay.
Shout out to you, Ronan. Would you be horribly opposed? Logan uses it in all of his DMs because of you.
Love it, man.
I think you
Man,
guys had
bring us home.
you had KD
Totally
or is it KD? No, Morgan. I don't know. Did you do something recently with Morgan? He said,
yeah,
I've been using this. Are you open to a deeper discussion?
Hey, Trevor.
I'll just send a placeholder in the email
Hi,
for
Trevor.
Friday when you're
Ronen
back
Pessar
from
on a recorded
Vegas,
line here.
and
How
then
have
we
you
can
been?
move that around if need be. Okay.
Yeah, this is a cold call.
Awesome.
So that would make a
Thanks,
lot of
Naomi.
sense that you wouldn't know
Have a
who I
good
am.
trip.
Does it make
Bye.
sense for me to share why I'm calling, and then you can decide if you want to hang up on me? I appreciate that. Quick question for you. Over at GoodSell, do you guys already have an internal SDR team helping you with outbound efforts? Oh. Oh, hey, congratulations. Well, I think this might be a moot point, but I'm reaching out from a company called The Call Guys, one of the co-founders. We essentially help install SDR teams the right way. So then in 6 months, you have a fully functional outbound motion working with best practices, best tech, all of it done for you. Don't know if that would be something on your radar at all for this new company or the new venture you're focused on. Oh, heck yeah. No stress, man. Well, hey, enjoy your weekend and good connecting with you. Take care. All right. Bye-bye.
Whew.
Get to the point. He didn't say that to me. That was what I said to myself. That's why I go for
Maren,
it.
did you bring that in?
What I was saying the whole time too. Yeah, I booked it next Friday.
Woo! Let's go, Maren.
Oh, yo! So real quick, who would like to take a debrief at that and do a little coaching to that? Because I think Maren did an incredible job. Any thoughts on her call from those up here?
Yeah, I just can't believe Maren is beating me right now. Come on, I have to step it up.
I like that
you,
you can hear her big smile. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
What did you tell? Like, did that person tell you their whole life story? What were you guys talking about?
Basically. Yeah. She doesn't even manage the SDR team. It all falls under marketing, but we love to get champions working toward building it up. The pipeline, and she said that she would connect me with Omar, who is running their
Is this
SDR
James?
team.
James Mathesford? Hey, James. My name is Mark Mack.
Godfather at work.
Mark Mack from a company called Amplify. How's it going today? I'm doing well. I'm reaching out, and I'm not really sure if this could be applicable for you, but for the way you guys are structured, I work with a couple of, probably some companies I work with Monte Vista Farming, a couple of others that we're talking to also on the West Coast there in the almond business. Company's called Amplify, James. Essentially, we work with these organizations. We work with farmers and farming and agriculture clients, primarily really helping them to reduce a lot of the complexity that comes along with as their business continues to scale and grow. Sometimes they lack some structure on the finance side. They may have good accounting or great accounting in a lot of cases, but sometimes as you continue to grow and complexity of the business, maybe you want to create other entities and so on, and so it becomes increasingly more complex. A couple of ex-CFOs from US Bank got together and really kind of focus on farming and ag and helping those clients really turn a dollar into two, if you will. Just wanted to see if you might have been open to a conversation. I didn't know if you were more of like a conglomerate looked like you were kind of a bunch of different farming operations, but I wasn't quite sure, so I figured I'd reach out. Yeah. Awesome. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's where I was thinking you. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Mark is so smooth. My God, I'd buy anything he's selling.
Yeah. I mean, if you'd be open to
He's the Godfather.
just a
Godfather
quick dialogue on that and see if there might be some ideas you can pull or some synergies, or maybe it might be even a network type partnership. Would you have some time? Maybe today's Wednesday, Thursday. How about early next week, like Tuesday or Wednesday?
Calm and confident tone.
Oh, okay, yeah, no worries. New York, huh? That's where I'm at. So. Yeah. I live in Jersey. I grew up in Staten Island, and I lived in Jersey. I lived in Hoboken. I lived in Manhattan. I lived in Queens. Now I'm in Western New Jersey. But either way, so when are you going to be? The week of the 3rd? It's my birthday.
Hey.
Yeah. Is that the week of the 3rd? Or? Nice. No, it might be it may not be me going. It might be somebody else on the team on the radar. But yeah, because I wasn't aware. Yeah, I could shoot for like Tuesday the 11th. I can throw your calendar invite if it works as you get closer. If you need to change it. Tuesday the 11th, and where would you be that day though? Oh no, I meant in Newport Beach. Oh, in California. Excellent. So yeah, well. Let's shoot for I can do 9, 10, 11. That's 1. I can do 1. Yeah. 1 o'clock Eastern is 10 o'clock Pacific. All right, excellent. Let me just confirm I have your right email address here. Where are you? James at centralvalleyagpartners.com. Excellent. So what I'll do is I'll send you the calendar invite and also an email, short email, just in case you need to get in touch. And I'll also be bringing in my principal, Nick. So he'll, I mean, he's got the relationships with the almond producers out there as well. And so I'll CC him on that so you guys can connect as well. So, but of course. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Enjoy your day. Take care. You too.
Godfather himself. Nice work, sir.
Woo! Let's go.
There you go.
I couldn't hear you. I had you muted.
Debrief us. What happened there?
Debrief. Break it down for us. Mark, can you hear us?
I thought you were going to constructively break mine down. Oh, yeah. No, this was a guy I kind of leveraged our relationships that we have with almond producing farming and agriculture clients. These guys are, I did a lot of homework on this. Admittingly, when we always ask people like, oh, how much research did you do? Well, I've been trying this guy for a couple of touches over the last week. So I really knew a lot about him, you know, and I was able to just kind of get right to it. His business is a little bit non-traditional than the ones that we normally do. He's more of like, he's kind of on the private equity side. But my goal with him was and what I know Nick, my principal, is going to be looking for is he's got the farmers operations that he's, you know, invested in and what have you. And so he could bring us in to do, you know, to manage all the finances of all those entities. So that's kind of what I was looking at as more of a networking opportunity potentially. So, I'm using the, what's it called? Tyndall, Tom? Something from Headset Advisor.
Another Headset Advisor. Shout out to those. Somebody today will be winning that as a giveaway. So just heads up, we are, thanks to Drew and the team, that is a free giveaway today, as somebody will walk away with their own headset. So very exciting. We are going to be doing giveaways here in a few moments. So just to recap here, guys, we're coming up to our first break. We have officially, Ronen, can you believe it? Marin, we made it through the first part.
Crazy.
We've done it. Crazy.
Do I have to ring the bell?
The day is flying
Yes,
by.
you do, Mark. You got to ring.
Did you book one, Mark? You booked one,
where
right?
is the bell? Yeah.
Do we have the bell?
You don't have the. I thought I had the ring.
We don't have the
That's
bell.
what.
No, we got you.
Doesn't they have that? Didn't we have that on another show we did? Oh, I think that was
Another
the first,
show
very first. Yeah, the very first one. I think we did on Nooks. I think it was on Nooks or something.
Nooks and them. Yeah, that one has it. So I'm going to add in your number here and update the board.
I already added it.
So you can be on the. Oh my gosh, Marin, you're too good.
She's super fast.
Y'all see, she's so good.
You don't pay her enough.
All right. I know I don't. I need to help her out. All right. So first part, thank you all for being here. Nick, Mark, Sandy, everybody that made it come through. It was incredible. Thank you. Everybody in attendance, please, before you take off in the next 30 minutes, make sure to register for part 2. We have that one coming out shortly. So you can grab that link in the chat. Make sure you get on there so you can register, get alerted when we go live at 1:30 p.m. Pacific. So we're going to jump in there. Right now, what we want to do is do some giveaways, give out those prizes to the attendees and to you fine folks here making dials with us. So for bundle 1 and bundle 2, please drop in the chat the companies. So for this one, we're going to do Orem, our sponsor Orem. So tag Orem for bundle 1 and then Splice Video for bundle 2. And then I'll give you guys a few minutes on that. And then we're going to pull those and we'll cover what those bundles involve. Ronen, I wanted to give you a quick moment while we have some time here and we're closing out. Why don't you talk about your call? You know, Mark had brought it up earlier. Yesterday, you had an amazing post. You brought in this call that you had. You made the CEO chuckle 3 times. Why don't you just debrief us on that live call and give us some insight as to, you know, what happened there? If you want to share your screen and pull that call up, we can even watch it again or listen to it live if you want to share it. But wanted to open up the floor to you to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, let's dive into it. It's fun to do this kind of a thing. So for those of you who haven't heard before, I'm going to share the audio tab here as well. I will sometimes post live calls. So here's one. 3 parts that I'm going to break down are the opener, then the question funnel, and then kind of how I closed it. But have a listen. Well, let's make sure. Can you guys hear it?
There you
okay? Okay. There we go. One, unmute site. There we go. Now we should be able. And audio starting now.
Oh, I got you. Yep. Can you hear me?
Yes, there you are. All right.
Hello.
Hey, yes. I know I'm catching you out of the blue here. This actually is a cold call. Mind if I share why I'm calling you? And then you can decide if you want to hang up?
Sure, sounds great.
Awesome. I guess before. So that opener is one that is a Sandler-based opener that Sarah Brazier mastered and then posted online. It's one that I love going with because the tone is friendly and warm. So I usually go in with with that, hey, do you mind if I share why I'm calling? And then you could decide if you want to hang up on me. So you could hear his little chuckle. He said, yeah, sure, go ahead. Usually from this point, you're good. Don't ask for permission again to pitch. If you have to qualify your prospect, this is the time to ask them a qualification question. And that's kind of what I do here now. Before I do my whole dog and pony show here, I should probably ask you, are you already thinking about or invested in any outbound strategy at SDRs or external services?
Yeah, we have one on staff. I mean, we're probably not a good fit for you just because our sales cycle is very long, our deal size is very big, and so it's less about volume and more about quality.
Large ASPs is exactly what we specialize in. My name is Ronen Pessar. I'm one of the co-founders at the Call Guys. So I was going for that thing to hear hey, where are you in terms of your, in our case, SDR team size, your outbound process? Is it early? Is it not a priority? Or is it something that you're already pretty well developed? And in his case, he hit the perfect spot. I'm right there in that sweet spot of just starting to grow at one SDR. Or he's going to say that later. But also good feedback here is he was like, oh, yeah, we're already working with an outsourced firm. Great. That's exactly what we want to hear. In fact, that's the reason for my call. And that's a great hook you can use anytime. Anytime you want to pivot from what they say into the next part of your call, hey, that's actually the reason why I was calling you. And then you go into the next part. Hey, out of curiosity, I start this question, the probing question, with out of curiosity. So, hey, out of curiosity, it is a good way to be able to essentially say, hey, I have something coming up here, and I'm trying to let you know that this is coming from a place of curiosity, not a place of accusation, because it could come off wrong. You just mentioned you already have one SDR on staff here. Is that person able to get you to 4 to 5x coverage of the pipeline that you're going for in a predictable manner?
No.
Okay. Pretty clear answer there, right? So he's like, nope, can't do that. And to me, this is the line that you need to toe, because this could come off as really aggressive. So either you want to lead with a humble disclaimer. A humble disclaimer is when you say hey, I'm not trying to get you or anything. I'm not trying to call your baby ugly. However, out of curiosity, do you have a way to do this thing already? That's called the probing question. It's around a current day pain that they have. Your goal is to identify, do they have the pain that you solve for? And he said, no, I don't have a way of doing that. AKA, I have this pain. No worries. That's actually why I was reaching out. There's the line. That's actually why I was reaching out. Have you ever considered working with... So now I'm shifting him to the provocative question. Now I want to try to provoke him into thinking about the future in a way that may or may not be on his radar that includes my solution. And so have you ever considered is the way you shift from present day pain to future possibilities. Consultants who have built SDR teams for other companies that can help you have more predictability through proven processes and techniques. Anything like that ever cross your radar? I like to follow up the question with anything like that on your radar, anything like that ever cross your radar, because that opens up the conversation, which is what you want to do at this point.
Yeah, I mean, we've tried a couple of things. I think the problem for us is that you really, in order to actually get a meeting in our space, you really have to be you have to have deep expertise in what we do. And, an outsourced version of that just hasn't ever really worked for us because of that. That expertise is just so crucial to actually getting a meeting.
Totally. Yeah. Actually, we're not outsourced. We would be in-house consultants. Essentially what we do at the Call Guys, just to clarify, is that we'd come in for 6 or 9 months and just help you stand up an internal SDR team built the way that I was able to build one at a unicorn tech company from almost nothing to now over 120 million ARR. So the same processes that we've learned over the course of our careers, we'd help you build out the same one for your stage of company. Look, I know I'm catching you out of the blue here. Actually, the reason for my call was to find a better time. It would be like totally insane if we did a quick eval with you sometime next week to see if we might even be able to help. So there's the hard ask. I pivot, position the company, ask. He's going to say no. He's going to hit me with that objection.
Man, I mean, my schedule is terrible. I'm probably not even like the exact right person to be talking to.
Okay, BS detector going off like crazy at this point. The CEO founder, not the best person to talk to? What?
I mean, I'm the one that wants more deals through the pipeline for sure.
All right, so anytime your BS detector is going off as a caller, call it out. But here's how you do it. You chuckle a little bit and soften the statement. But just to confirm, you are the CEO, right? You're overseeing.
Sure.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know how you couldn't be the right person. I'm going to call BS on that.
I mean, it's just like, I have people on my team that are
So he clarifies, right? He laughs. He appreciates that I called out his BS, and then he's deferring to somebody else.
Their responsibility for that pipeline.
Well, that's actually great. We don't want to work with companies that don't already have people responsible for that. So that makes it even more of a fit. But look, I don't want to, which is a true statement. So in our case, as consultants, we need to work with companies that already have a leader in place so that they don't rely on us as consultants to be the leader for their team. So that was a really important caveat that he added there. But I'm going to go one more time for the ask here. Strong arm you into anything. If you're not looking for ways to create that consistent, predictable pipeline, no stress at all. Like, I totally get timing is everything here. But if you'd be open to hearing a few ideas, no strings attached, and just getting a chance to meet myself and my partner, Kevin, how would maybe this time next week on Tuesday look for you?
How about, rather than put time on my calendar, which is precious, would love just like, if you can send me like an overview or even just like your website and I can get a sense.
Okay, this is not a brush off. This is real. Because at this point in the call, we've gone so deep and so far into the point of the call, what we're talking about, and he gets it. So now he's legitimately saying, look, I'm super busy. Just send me some information.
That's what you're doing. And then I would probably introduce you to my chief growth officer, who is thinking about this problem. I'm happy to come to a meeting once she, sort of takes a look. And
which makes sense, right? Because he's a busy guy. So he's saying like, look, I want someone else to vet it. And if I need to be brought in after that, then that is what I would do.
Besides a good use of time.
Fair enough. I just sent you a connect request on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn, I feel like, really speaks for me more than anything else. So take a look at that. And your chief growth officer is the one who would ultimately. And then from here, I just confirm the person, confirm all the details. And sure enough, what happened was, believe it or not, a few hours later, his chief growth officer came through, booked time on my calendar, and meeting was scheduled. So some of the highlights there are, if you get him laughing, you pretty much win. The second thing is try to ask that probing question about the current day pain they might be experiencing. And if they have it, then you can go right into the have you ever considered, which is the future-oriented provocative question. In the case of Orem, one of our sponsors here at the Phonathon, it would be, hey, just out of curiosity, does your team already have the ability to make 400 to 500 dials a day, increasing the chances of having 20 conversations a day? And they might say, no, we don't have that. Or like, yeah, we have something like that. Whatever they say, you're eventually going to get to the, no worries. Like, have you ever considered technology that allows you to have more conversations by making more dials at the same time and allowing the technology to connect you with those people who answer the phone? And what you're essentially doing there is you're able to shift their mind from the way they're doing things today with their problem to, oh, there's a possible answer here. And then you hook them right into that. Was actually why I was calling, looking for some time to introduce you to this. So those are the big points. Probe, provoke, and close with the ask. In this case, I got a referral, which ended up leading to a meeting. But usually when it's the person who I end up getting to book with me, I say, I'm going to send you the calendar invite right now. It just says intro call with our names in it. If you could just hit accept when you see that way I know you got it, that'd be great. And then I'm just a heads up, I'm going to follow up with you 24 hours before to make sure you can still make it. If you can't, don't stress. Like, let me know, we'll reschedule. But do let me know if you're not going to be able to make it, because I don't want to be sitting there. Show them you're an equal. That's really important. And that's it. That's the way the cookie crumbles.
I love it, dude. That was an incredible call. Great share. And way to break it down. It was very, very good. Any comments from Sandy or anybody else? I enjoyed it, man. It was a good call that you shared yesterday. The way you kind of, validated his stuff and still were able to get him to refer you to the right person. That
was a great call.
Yeah.
And look, it was 1 out of like 122 dials. You don't get this conversation every dial. You got to have a bunch of conversations to get to the ones that will sound like that. But if you keep going and you have technology like Orem to use, you will get there faster and you will have more of these conversations, no doubt.
There you go. All right, sir. I am going to do the raffle. So I'm going to pull that up. You're probably going to lose me on the screen, so I can do that. But we dropped in the chat, so I want to let you all know what you're up for. So bundle 1, go in and tag Orem, our sponsor, our dialer, our fantastic friends of Marin herself. So bundle 1 is going to be Lavender Pro 1-year subscription. Shout out to our team at Lavender, Jen, Will, the entire team, Megan. You all know and love them. If you're trying to up your email game, maybe you're a great cold caller, not a good email writer, right? Check out Lavender. So we'll give you 1 year access to that. Hunter.io, which Marin had mentioned earlier, right? To validate those emails, you're going to get a 6 months of a growth plan there. Shout out to Lead Magic. We've got Jesse Aulette giving out the cold email operating course. That's a $200 value. And then we are going to have Scott Lease Consulting and Ryan Walker with the Untethered course, which is another $300 value. So everything to get yourself set up with an email motion, Lavender, Hunter, Jesse Aulette's course, and then Scott Lease's course. So that's our first bundle. Drop in there while you still have a moment at Orem. Get that in there so we can get those entries. And then I am going to share my screen here. I will give it like seconds here. So get in there if you don't have it.
This is the best part. Who's going to win?
This is the best part. This is the fun part. So now I'm going to pull this together. Bear with me for 5 seconds. Please give me the okay if you end up seeing my screen. Okay.
I see it.
We're good? Everybody good? All right. Do you have some music, Ronen? Can you go down to the StreamYard side and play some music?
I don't have controls of that.
Oh,
there we go.
Marin, do you?
Marin got it.
There we go. I can't win my own prize.
Hey,
Samantha! I got nervous there for a second. I was like, "Whoa! Stop showing my name."
Rigged. It's rigged.
Rigged. Tag her, everybody, in the comments if you are here, Samantha. We are super excited for you to be winning the bundle, the Lavender, the Hunter, the Jesse Aulette course. And all those goodies. So we will be in touch with you. Congratulations. Thanks for tuning in this morning, and congrats on your bundle.
Heck yeah.
Next one is going to be the Splice video. Splice video again. Shout out to Nick Capozzi and gang for providing the beautiful studio for me to be operating out of. But now we are going to do Splice video. And so we've got 7 entries in there. And can you guys see it?
There we go. All right, back to that fire music.
Hey, Tracy! Congratulations, everybody tag Tracy. She has won her bundle. So we are very excited. Y'all are amazing. So now we have those bundles out there. So both them have won. We will be in touch. For Tracy, she won a Lavender Pro license, Hunter.io, a Ricky Pearl review. So Ricky Pearl from Pointer will be setting up a consultation with them. And then also a Scott Lease and Ryan Walker Untethered course. So incredible bundles. We'll be back for part 2. We have 3 more bundles to give out at the end of that show. Guys, come back around 1:30 p.m. Pacific. We've dropped it in the chat, the reg link for that. We will be back. That will just be me and Marin. We are unfortunately will not have Ronen in the second one. We will miss him dearly, but that will be Marin and I. And then we have a panel discussion from 3:30 to 4:30 Pacific with Aaron, Senior Account Executive at Orem, talking about empathy and sales. And then we'll have those giveaways around 5 p.m. Pacific for those tuning in. Keep dropping in the comments, all the companies, right? Aware, SD Lab, Orem, Lead Magic, Splice Video, blow them up to where marketing reaches out to the three of us being mad that they got all the noise on their LinkedIn today.
That's awesome.
But also we have some awesome giveaway prizes for our top people
Three
that
callers.
booked meetings today. So if you want to come and dial with us, drop a comment on any of our posts. We can get you in here. We would love to have you come and cold call.
Yeah, we have 3 bundles for there too, right? So if you're at the end of the leaderboard, right? Marin is up there, I am up there, Mark is up there, Eric is up there. We are leading the way on the leaderboard. If you want to come put up some dials, we do have 3 bundles for the top 3 cold callers in that. And I believe the cold call champion, whoever books the most today, is the one who wins the headset from Headset Advisor, right, Marin?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good deal.
Awesome.
I like that. All right, so come show your skills with us here shortly. We are going to break now. We will be back at 1:30 p.m. Pacific. Tell all your friends, share the link. We will be back. Come cold call with us. We have some killer cold callers coming later this afternoon to work. And who knows, Ronen might come by. Maybe not. We don't know. He might or may.
I may stop by and get back on the phone.
Or just, be in the chats, just be in the chat telling everybody how it's done, But thank you all for coming to the first part. We are so excited to be putting this on, right? We put this on every quarter. So thank you for those that tuned in. Thanks for making the chat exciting. Thanks for all your questions. Tracy, I'm excited you won. You were so eager with your questions. You were here to learn this morning, and we can't thank you enough. So please come by for part 2 yet again as we dive into some more topics and some more cold calls. But we will see you all very, very shortly. Anything to add, Ronen, before you dip? I'd like to give you like 5 minutes. You want to plug the call guys? You want to plug where people can find you?
Yeah,
What's
come
going
find
on?
us all here on LinkedIn. Myself, Tom, Marin, the cold call and SDR experts out here. And thank you, Tom, for being an amazing host today. Thank you, Marin, for holding it down and holding it together with all of us. Just absolutely amazing. And I will definitely be tuning back in the second half.
Awesome. Well, it was a pleasure, y'all. We will see you soon. We will be back in an hour. We will get out that invite to you once that comes back, and we will talk to you all very soon.
Happy dialing.
See you soon.
Happy dialing. I'm going to end the broadcast.